San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime year.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And a happy Tuesday, everybody out there in America's finest city. Braden Surprenant, the Braden Surprenant Show with Frank Marchese. We're here live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan, the flagship station of your playoff Padres. Playoffs? San Diego Padres clinched a playoff berth last night on a walk-off knock by Freddy Fine in the bottom of the 11th inning. How about that? Padres have clinched the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 05 and 06. And when you look at how special this moment was for the Padres and last night, you look at, and this is what was in really Padres daily newsletter today from Kevin Acee. And he titled it Padres Daily, but they're kind of win to keep on winning to Tisa status, Pavetta in game one, rest and conquer. We'll talk all about that today. But the one thing that he pointed out at the beginning part of his deal, Padres playoff appearances. In the first 51 years of Padres baseball, they have made the playoffs 5 times. That's once a decade in their first 51 years. Now, obviously, they made it twice in the 90s and twice in the early 2000s and then the once in 1984. But in the first 51 years of Padres baseball, they made the playoffs 5 times. They had only made it back-to-back years in 05 and 06. In the past 6 years, the Padres have made the playoffs 4 times. For the last 6 years, the Padres have been in the postseason. 2020, 2022, 2024, and 2025. By the way, you broke the odd year curse of Manny Machado's career in making the playoffs. He had never made the playoffs in an odd year ever in his career. Gets it done last night. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about this Padres team just for you to understand what it's like. Here's the deal. Again, we talk a lot about on this show about Peter's vision, right? We talk about that a lot as Padre fans. We see it on social media. We've heard the Padres talk about Peter's vision. We talk about it on our talk shows. What is Peter's vision? He wanted to be a contender year in and year out. That's what the Padres are, guys. I mean, everybody that wants to, they got to be winning every single year. They're making the playoff. They made the playoffs 4 of the last 6 years. That's consistency. That's consistency. That's drastically different than what the organization was before this ownership took over. Before this ownership took over, I just told you, the Padres made the playoffs 5 stinking times in 51 years. Once a decade. In the past 6 years, they've gone to the playoffs 4 of the last 6 years. So for everybody that likes to criticize, and you know what, some is justified, some of it I think is a little bit not, about either the ownership or Mike Schilt or the general manager. And yeah, we do hold these guys accountable in the air. But for what they've done in the last 6 years, I would call that successful baseball. Look, every Padres fan wants to win a World Series. I totally understand that. The city of San Diego is craving for a championship and any type of professional sport. Craving for it. But you have to understand, even though they're still reaching for that ultimate goal, sometimes you got to sit back and be like, you know, we've made the playoffs 4 of the last 6 years. You have to enjoy it. And you have to run with the team that you have. And I saw this negativity for the last couple of weeks, right? The Padres haven't been playing good baseball. I've even said it, if they're going to play like this, it's going to be a quick playoffs. But you have to understand one thing. And I got this text last night from a family friend about you have to enjoy this team while you can. Cherish it while you can. You want to know why? Not only is this team obviously very athletic and has a lot of talent, might be one of the most talented teams the Padres have had, and I don't care. I know they haven't been playing great. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's only 6 teams in the National League that make the playoffs. If you're one of those teams, you have to run with it and you have to go with your chance because you never know if there's ever going to be a good chance again. Look at the first 51 years of Padres baseball. 5 playoff appearances total in 51 years, once a decade. In 05 and 06, I bet you a lot of people thought, next year might be a little bit better with a team. You never know. It's never a guarantee. You got to just be locked in and all in any opportunity your team has to make the playoffs. And as Padres fans, we should just know that in general for all the years that they had not made the playoffs. Before those past 6 years, right? The 4 of the last 6 years where the Padres had made the playoffs. Before then, in my lifetime, the Padres had made the playoffs 4 times. From 96, 98, 05, 06. I'm 30 years old. That's 4 of their 5 times that they had made the playoffs before 2020 was during my lifetime. I mean, Padres fans, and we got a lot of you guys out there that have been watching this team since 1969. Think about it. I mean, they have almost matched the amount of times that they have made the playoffs in the last 6 years as they did the first 51 years. Enjoy it while you have the opportunity. I mean, there were still people last week that thought the Padres were going to miss the playoffs entirely. I mean, that is some serious level dooming that we talked about last week. I kept trying to tell people. They're going to make the playoffs. It was math. Simple math. I mean, what they had to do, and people are like, oh, how's the math this time? I'm telling you, stop dooming. The team was going to make the postseason. They did last night. Couple other things. I've heard this so many times now. Weren't you glad Freddy Fine was up last night, not Martin Maldonado, in that particular spot? That's what happens when you go out there and get bats to help your team, or at least get guys that know how to swing the stick. Instead of Martin Maldonado or Elias Diaz coming up right there in that moment to win the game, it was Freddy Fine. And you can say everything that you want about how, it'd be nice to have Steven Kolek. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a lot of players that disappear because you're trying to add talent in other spots. I had somebody text me the other day. It's like, oh, Ryan Berger would be great right now. Actually, he wouldn't because that guy's out for the year with elbow problems. Just enjoy it. Enjoy what your team is doing. They're making the postseason. And when you get to the postseason, which was everybody's goal at the beginning of the year, is just get in the dance. We'll see what happens. The Padres did it. They did it in an odd year. And Mike Schilt last night, when he was addressing the team, I saw the Padres tweet this out. He's 100% right. These guys have had to grind through the entire season. It was not an easy season for them. They battled multiple injuries. They had to use a bunch of different players to get to that level. And even last night, I mean, it wasn't a given. They had to grind it out last night to beat Milwaukee. Brewers got a 1-0 lead early. Padres tied it up. Milwaukee added 2 runs, made it a 3-1 game. Padres battled back and tied it up. They went to extra innings. Padres surrender a run in the top of the 10th inning. They answer in the bottom of the 10th. They're able to hold off the Brewers in the top of the 11th, and then they win it in the bottom of the 11th inning. That was kind of the recipe of the entire season for the Padres. So now, as you look at this particular team, and I think a lot of people at the beginning of the year thought it was going to be a instance in which it would have been they're going to have to grind and claw their way into a postseason. But now you're in. And I think the other thing, too, is that a lot of people like change their opinion on, with the 14-3 start, thinking like, oh, this team's going to be a world beater team. Everybody knew what this team was going into the season, and they achieved what they wanted to achieve, and that's make the playoffs. Now they got to see if they could go out there and win in the playoffs. And it's not going to be an easy road. Now, here's the thing. With the win last night, we'll see what the Cubs do. Padres are 2.5 games back of Chicago. They could flip it on Chicago if they have a good rest of the week. I can't imagine tonight being a night in which the Padres win. But you know what? We'll see. It's a good win last night for the Padres. It's good. You get to breathe a sigh of relief now that the Padres are in the playoffs. There's nothing else that you can really worry about. Maybe they could catch Chicago. That would be great. Maybe they could catch Chicago. That would be great. 2.5 games back. You got the tiebreaker over Chicago. We'll see what the Cubs do tonight as they got the New York Mets. And the Mets are battling to stay alive in the postseason right now. So you never know. I mean, they might be challenged this week. Padres have a good rest of the week, and the Cubs have a bad week. Padres could be hosting a week from today in a playoff game. We don't know exactly where they're playing yet. We know they're going to be playing the Cubs. And we know it's going to be on Tuesday. We don't know the time, and we don't know the location yet. That's still kind of up for grabs. I know the Padres are 2.5 behind LA, too. Dodgers got the Diamondbacks this week. Dodgers got the Mariners over the weekend. Maybe they could pass them. I doubt it. But that's a huge win last night for San Diego. They went after that thing, and they got the job done. This is a season that has been a little up and down. We have seen the Padres struggle as of late, but maybe last night was what they needed to kind of get on a little bit of a roll. We'll talk more about last night's game when we come back. We're going to get your phone calls today, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Give us a call. How are you feeling about this Padres team? Enjoy the ride. I'm telling you, once the playoffs start, there's pressure on every team, and you're going to see teams grind it out. I mean, we've seen a lot of 6 seeds make the NLCS in the World Series. We've seen 5 seeds do it. I mean, I'm telling you, you just got to get in the dance. And the Padres were able to do that without Fernando Tatis Jr., without Xander Bogaerts last night. And that was one of the good teams in Major League Baseball. That's the number 1 seed in the National League, the Milwaukee Brewers. Padres are 3-1 against Milwaukee now. You win tonight or tomorrow, Padres win the season series over Milwaukee going into the season. This is a good test to see what the Padres have these next couple of days. And then you got Arizona over the weekend, but you don't really have to worry about too much. Maybe they track down Chicago. We'll see how fired up they are after they had the tacos last night and the cervezas and all that other fun stuff. We'll try to get you as much of the sound as possible from last night's game. We're still kind of cutting a lot of that stuff up, trying to make it clean for the radio with those guys getting a little extra feisty in the clubhouse, which is great. We're going to get your phone calls today. We're going to talk Padres baseball. Today's a great day, the day after clinching a playoff spot. First time that they've been able to clinch back-to-back years since 05 and 06. We'll have a lot more for you as we're just getting started on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97 through the Fan. 10:19 on a Clinching Tuesday. Padres clinched last night against the Milwaukee Brewers. They got the dub, and the Padres are now officially in the postseason. Now, in terms of magic numbers, their magic number is 1 to get the 5 seed minimum. So one more win, and the Padres are guaranteed to not have to play the Dodgers, basically, in the first round of the playoffs. Just one win, and they'd be able to do that. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Do we have tickets to give away again today?
We do have tickets to give away to Friday's game again.
Wow. Friday, Frank and I are going to be at Baja Rick's.
Yes, we are.
Some of you guys said you're going to be there. I'm expecting you guys to be there. We will be there from 10 to 2 on Friday. Baja Rick's. Mark it down. Be there.
Bless you.
Yeah. Be there on Friday. Now, if you win tickets to the Padres game against the Diamondbacks on Friday, we also expect you to be there. at Baja Rex. But in the 1 o'clock hour, we'll give you a trivia question. If you call in first, answer the trivia question, you will win tickets to the Padres game against the Diamondbacks this Friday. Join the Padres for Hispanic Heritage Celebration when they host the Diamondbacks in the final regular season homestand. For more information, go to padres.com/Hispanic Heritage. We do want to take your phone calls today, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. But first, we want to talk about last night's game. Let's be frank with Frank. We were talking a little bit last night. They better win this game. Makes our life a lot easier today if they did.
Folks, if they did not win last night, today's show would have been
all about the
Mets. So what'd you guys do? What's going on?
That was the softball game last night.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought last night was a gritty win for those guys. You could say that was the grit squad again last night.
Yeah, 100%. It cannot be overlooked. And I know, of course, Bradley Rodriguez with the miracle 11th inning. Jeremiah Estrada also had a big inning, got in trouble, got the bases loaded, and got out of it. But it cannot be overlooked just how huge those two defensive plays in the 11th inning by Jake Cronenworth were. That diving stop saves a run. It puts a runner on second base once again. But you get the lead runner, you get the out. That is a 5-4 game if Jake Cronenworth does not make that diving play. And then for him to be Johnny on the spot again with the ball that goes with the grounder by Jackson Churio. Two monster defensive plays by Jake Cronenworth in that 11th inning is what set up that win in the bottom of the 11th inning. Huge, huge plays. And for Nick Pivetta, most likely the last time you're going to see Nick Pivetta this regular season. Throws 112 pitches yesterday. That is a lot. I'm sure he does not pitch again until at least the very latest would be game 2 of the wild card series.
It said Nick Pivetta's lined up to pitch game 1 of the wild card. So
yes,
that's what Mike Schultz said.
Yeah, he's lined up to pitch game 1.
I bet you
that would be 2 would be the very latest.
Yeah, so you're not going to see him the rest of the year. He's going to rest up after the amount of pitches he threw. He needs to not walk as many people. I mean, he
had 5 last night.
He had 5 walks. Marinaccio had a walk. Estrada had a walk. Bradley Rodriguez had a walk. Now, some of those guys are not the back end dudes, right? Like Morehone or Robert Suarez, but walks are going to kill this pitching staff.
Yep.
This pitching staff's really good. I think the bullpen is obviously really good. We've seen the struggles of the starting staff. It's about you can't walk people in the playoffs. You know what you also can't do? Walk good teams. Good teams take advantage of walks. Milwaukee was taking advantage of walks. You cannot walk people. That's been a very, very much an Achilles heel of this Padres team the entire season have been the walks. That is something that needs to be changed for next week when they play next Tuesday.
Yeah, 100%.
Outside of that, they did it without Laureano in the lineup until he pinch hit late and worked a walk. They
did have a pinch hit spot for Diaz.
They did it without Fernando, who's sick. And that was the latest update we had from Dennis Lin was he's getting tested for whatever.
Wasn't even at the ballpark.
He was
last night.
They had to FaceTime him for the celebration. So Fernando was out. He was sick. Didn't use him. Noah Laureano and Xander Bogaerts was not active last night. Did they? They didn't even activate him to the roster last night, did they?
No,
yeah. So they're still waiting for him. I mean, at this point, like, all you really want Xander Bogaerts to do is just get some real life MLB at bats and get some reps in and kind of do a rehab assignment throughout. But if you're playing to win, I guess go get the clinching spot. Now put Bogaerts in. Let him get up to speed. I actually don't mind that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And another point from last night, Glacius. 2 for 2 with a home run. Then in the 9th inning, brother, what are you doing? What a bunt. Just what a bunt. Popped it right up, almost got doubled off of first base. What a legendary bunt by Jose Glacius. But Redemption in the 11th, he laid down an absolutely perfect bunt to get Bryce Johnson over to third to set up the end of the game.
Well, his team's good at bunting. We know that.
Yeah.
They're definitely good at bunting. And you know what? The pop is starting to show up a little bit. It's good to see the Glacius home run. He had a second deck in left field.
Yep.
Which is great. But offensively for the Padres, O'Hearn had had a clutch hit. Luis Arraez on Arraez bobblehead night had the clutch hit to tie it. As he was 1 for 5 with an RBI.
And that's why you want Arraez batting lower in the order, so you could do that with runners on base.
Guys on base. I agree. Everybody this is what's funny about that is everybody that disagrees with us on the Arraez thing will go back to that play and be like, see, told you, and you're like, you're really proving our point. He needs to be up with multiple guys on base.
Proving our point doesn't make it less true.
Our point. We're not saying he shouldn't be in the lineup. We're saying bat him in a spot where it's going to be more likely he comes up with multiple guys on base. That's what we're saying. And that's what Arraez does. Machado got a knock last night. Merrill, 2 for 5. Merrill's really starting to find it right now, which is great. He's got his OPS up to 770. His batting average up to 264. 2 for 5 night last night again. Glacius, as you mentioned, was 2 for 3. Bryce Johnson, I think, has done a great job filling in.
Yeah, he's been very, very solid.
Yeah.
And to have him on, you could almost sense a win. Forget about, blanking Milwaukee in the top of the 11th inning. You could almost sense the win because you had speed on second base with Bryce Johnson at that spot.
Bryce Johnson did a great job in the outfield, too, last night. I mean, Bryce Johnson as a fourth outfielder is clutch. And he earned that spot in the middle of the season.
Yes.
When they needed guys. He earned that spot. He gave you a reason to trade away Brandon Lockridge for a top 100 prospect. What did Brandon Lockridge didn't even play last night. Is he even on the big league club anymore in Milwaukee?
We'll check.
And the other thing, too, it's like Freddy Fermín. That's why you go out and get a guy like Freddy Fermín right there. Could you imagine if you had to have Martin Maldonado up in that particular sense? I mean, obviously, I think people would sit there and go like, well, you'd probably pinch hit, right? But no, you got Freddy Fermín. You already pinch hit in the game, so you can't get rid of him. And if it was Diaz coming off, because Diaz started the game, you would have had Martin Maldonado coming off the bench earlier in the game. Imagine Martin Maldonado in that particular situation. Ain't nobody having faith in that spot right there.
Lockridge is on the 40. He's not in the majors.
He's not in the majors anymore. I mean, he looked good for a couple of weeks for Milwaukee. Another great trade the Padres have made with Milwaukee. Freddy Fermín. That's why you go out and get Freddy Fermín. You can say everything you want about Stephen Kolek and like he's doing well. Hey, good for him. Good for the Royals. They're going to be in Cancun in October. The Padres are going to be playing for a World Series. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Give us a call. How you feeling about your Pods? Pods are in the playoffs. 5 games left. 2.5 behind Chicago. Technically the Dodgers too, but you know what? We'll see how the week goes. If the Padres have a good week this week and either the Dodgers or the Cubs have a bad week, Padres could be hosting next Tuesday. Very slim chance. 2.5 back with 5 to go. Padres do have the tiebreaker over the Cubs if they do end up tying Chicago, where they got to deal with the Mets this week. We'll talk more about that later on. Need your phone calls today. How are you feeling about the Padres after clinching? You made it through the season, Padres fans. They're in October. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Going to get your phone calls when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Padres Sports Station 97.3 The Fan. This hour, 97 to the fans, brought to you by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your Happy Plates with $6 IHOP Value Menu, available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. In fact, one of my friends said one of those locations is in San Diego. $7. So $6 or $7, I guess, on the IHOP stuff. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. Phone lines are open. Let's talk Padres baseball. Padres, happy Clinch Tuesday to everybody out there. Padres clinched last night a playoff spot for the first time since 05-06 that they have done it in back-to-back seasons in 2024 and now 2025. They have broken the odd year curse. I love it. I love it. Let's see what the Padres do in the postseason. Yes, Frank.
I just heard Jesse say it. Schilte's the first manager in Padre history to get them to the playoffs in back-to-back years.
Was one of them Bochy and the other one was Black in 05-06? Is that what that
must
that
have
was?
been? Yeah.
I'd have to. I'd have
to go back.
That has to be what that is. Bud Black as a Padres manager. That makes sense though. Like, Bochy moved on, and then Bud Black takes over. Bud Black's first year with the Padres was 07.
Or did I may have misheard what Jesse said then.
Wasn't Bochy the manager in 05 and 06? I'm pretty sure he was. He was the manager from 95 to 06. Huh.
No, yeah, he said Schulte's the first one to do it.
Wasn't Bruce Bochy. Interesting. All right, well, that's information we have. So anyway, let's get back to the phones. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Juan, batting leadoff on a Clinch Tuesday. What's going on, Juan, in Oceanside?
Excited. I've called in before and talked about how, kids or people about my age and your age have experienced some horrendous baseball. And to have this moment right now is like, I barely remember when the Padres clinched back-to-back years. This is it's a great time to be a Padres fan. This era of Padres baseball is, pretty amazing. It kind of feels surreal sometimes. So, go Padres.
It does feel surreal sometimes. And Juan, I appreciate the phone call. I mean, the team that, one's relatively close to my age, the team that we grew up with for most of our life. I mean, like I mentioned that they've made the playoffs for the 5 years that they had in the first 51 years of existence for the Padres, where they made the playoffs. I was alive, but like I was 1 year old in 96. I was 3 years old in 98. Okay. I was 10 years old in 05 and I was 11 years old in 06. And then after that, like right around 12 years old, where I started getting into sports more, from 12 years old to about to 2020 when I was, what is that? Like 20 something years old, whatever it is. Those are some dark years of Padres baseball. I mean, just like years where at this point you wouldn't even you wouldn't even care about the Padres anymore because they were so out of it. I was watching the they had, Quick Pitch last night on MLB Network. I wanted to watch it to see maybe some Padres clinch stuff or like the highlights. And there was I forgot when I got home from softball, there's only 3 games in baseball last night. There was only 3 games in baseball last night, and 2 of them were meaningless games. Like the Giants and the Cardinals are both still technically alive in the postseason. Technically, they haven't been officially eliminated yet. When you look at like the MLB standings on ESPN.com, they have the teams that have been eliminated. Cardinals are still alive, and the Giants are still technically alive. And they were showing the highlights of the game. I said, who is even at this game? In September, late September, watching 2 teams that are not in the playoffs when you got, school and it's football season. I mean, I go like, how do you go to these games and watch? Like, how do you watch these games? And then I forget that like most of my life, that is exactly what it was like watching the Padres for like the entire year. I mean, by the time school came back, you weren't even like, you forgot the Padres were even still on TV. You were excited for your new classes and everything like that. And you got to see your schoolmates again after summer break. And you're focused on college and NFL football and high school football. And it was football season. It wasn't, you forgot the Padres were playing in September. And then you're paying attention to October baseball. It was like watching the Braves every single fall. And the Phillies. You're always watching for a long time, it was the Giants during, my childhood. Sometimes the Dodgers. Watching teams like the St. Louis Cardinals. It was always the Cardinals. It was always the Cardinals in the postseason. And the whole time you'd be watching the games on Fox, and you'd be listening to Joe Buck, right? And you'd be like, oh, what would it be like if the Padres were in this game? The Padres were in October. Like these games, that you felt the juice of those games, but you never got to experience yourself. And then the Padres have done it now, for the last 6 years. Don't take it for granted. That's basically what I say. Don't take it for granted. Enjoy the ride. There's only 6 teams in the National League that get to make the playoffs. Your team's now officially one of them. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Steve in San Diego, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Steve?
Good morning. Yeah, Braden, you're the voice of reason. You kept this sane during this whole period. it's a long season. I mean, I remember Suarez giving up 5-run leads twice during the season. I swear I was on the verge of blowing my head off, but they made it through. I think right now Manny's gassed, Estrada's gassed, Sheets needs a rest, but it'll be interesting to see what the lineup is in the next couple of days, because we have an opportunity, like you said, to get the 5th position and possibly catch the Dodgers. But I think those guys need a rest, particularly.
Yeah, and Steve, I think that rest is probably tonight. I said that yesterday. I mean, they burned their bullpen out last night. The way that they were have the Padres won the next day after clinching in this new era? I'd have to go back and look to see the days they clinch. I just feel like it's going to be there's a lot of people going to the game tonight that I know. Like my parents are going to the game tonight. I know Caesar at softball was going to the game tonight. My buddy Matt's going to the game tonight. I mean, there's a lot of people I know going to the game tonight. It might be a lackluster performance tonight for the Padres. It'd be fun if they won. I mean, they do need, a lot of these guys need a little bit of rest. I think you rest them tonight and then you go after it again on Wednesday and then try to beat up on the Diamondbacks and just see where the chips may fall. I mean, you got to be watching the scoreboard a little bit with the Cubs and the Mets, I would imagine. I mean, here's the thing, Padres fans. As much as all of you love to give Frank S about the Mets, I'm going to tell you right now, you're rooting for the Mets this week. You're a big Mets fans. If you want to guarantee you get to watch the Padres play home playoff games, you better root for the Mets for the next 3 days because they got Chicago. And those games are those games in Chicago or New York?
Chicago.
They're in Chicago. All right. Well, good luck, Mets, I guess. Mets are playing for their lives right now. Frank doesn't have a lot of confidence in his Mets. And the answer is, brother, have you seen this team? Do you know this team? Well, I'm a big Mets guy. You know what? I still have a Mets hat, I think, from when I played. I had this Mets hat that was too big for me that I got when I played Little League Baseball, and now probably fits me now. I might have to rep the Mets today. Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. You know what? I think that gives Frank an okay to wear Mets stuff tomorrow. The Mets win. We're all in on the Mets. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. Just beat up the Cubs. I don't really, you know what? And then lose to San Diego Padres over the weekend in Miami, and I don't really care. But I'm going to need you to beat the Cubs the next 3 days.
Again.
You could Met over the weekend.
Oh, thank you for giving me permission.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
Go Mets.
The
next 3 days.
I'll tell you what. For those of you who are rooting for the Mets for the first time over these next 3 days, expect disappointment. Just expect nothing good to happen. Just expect the worst.
So sad. Let's get to Kevin in Chula Vista. Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Well, let's not forget, Frank, that if you've been a Padre fan since 1969, like some of us, we've had a lot of those Mets moments over the years. But I want to personalize this a little bit, and of great concern for Fernando. I just had the COVID. It's going around. I've never had it before. I thought it was bulletproof. It is virulent. It's nasty, and you're going to be out for a couple of weeks. I am very worried that this is such a contagious virus that's just all of a sudden crashing here. And a lot of people don't know it, but it's there. And I would think that even though the Padres are very tight-lipped about their medical situation and their injuries, they've got to be worried about this, because if this thing lights off during the playoff time in which you've been exposed, this is going to be a problem, my friends, and I'm serious as hell. And it's a very bad virus, and I don't wish it on anybody. Having said that, great for the Padres. Glad that they're in this thing. If you recall, Braden, go back before the season started, when the real doom and gloom was out there relative to the Dodgers and what they were doing, Arizona, San Francisco, a lot of folks didn't even have the Padres into the playoffs. So it's remarkable that what has happened. It's a shame we couldn't catch the Dodgers because we had the chance. And usually, we're 20 games out by this time, but takes luck. And we didn't have it in 1998, even though we had an outstanding team. Didn't have it in 1984, even though we had an outstanding team. You got to get lucky, and you got to get healthy, and you got to stay healthy. And I pray to God that this virus does not light off in that Padres clubhouse.
Yeah, hopefully it's not the case, Kevin. Appreciate the phone call. He's going to be fine. We'll see. All right, let's try to get the mood back up. Mike at Chula Vista, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, Kevin sounds like a broadcaster, doesn't he? had a really good voice, man. I'm just saying.
What do we got today,
no,
Mike?
it's really good. It's really good for the fan base is who I'm really happy for. The Dodgers, as you guys well know, they've made the playoffs 13 years in a row. I see that. I don't know if the Padres will ever do that, but we're definitely a top 5 team because of the fan base. A lot of contributing factors, like I've said in the past too. Our fan base is definitely top 5, I think, in the major leagues, and then hopefully we can do some TV deals in the future to keep our salary up so we can continue to get these good players. And so that's what I'm hoping for. And then for Schilt, it's kind of tough. 2.5 back is not much with 5-6 games to go. Who knows? I mean, we could swap with the Dodgers technically, but are we playing for that, or are we playing for a World Series? Anything but a World Series is disappointing. So thanks for taking my call. A great day for the Padres and the fans. And let's see what happens.
Yeah, Mike, appreciate the phone call, man. I don't think it's World Series or bust. I think it'd be nice to I think they got to be able to make the NLCS. I think they got to make the NLCS this year. I think they're good enough to win a wild card series. I think they're good enough to win a divisional series. And again, it's got to be playing for a World Series. I don't think they're going to switch with the Dodgers. I just don't. I can't imagine the Diamondbacks giving the Dodgers too many fits where the Padres can catch up and overtake them, because again, they don't have the tiebreaker. I do think the Cubs are an obtainable position switch, but I still view that as highly unlikely. But we'll see. We'll see what this week is in store. If the Cubs win tonight, I mean, it's going to be very tough with like 5 games to go. 4 games to go. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Rod in San Diego. You're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Rod?
Yo, Braden, Frank, thanks for taking my call. Man, we need to energize these people that are making calls right now, people. Come on, folks. We just punched our ticket to October. We're going to ride it all the way. Let's ride the wave all the way to the chip. And running on fumes, Braden, I ain't going to lie, man. We were at the stadium enjoying the sight, sitting as close as we could to the dugout at the end of the game. Watched the celebration on the Jumbotron. Just took in the sights and sounds, man. It was a great experience to be there last night. Good to see some of the chat fam present at the game. But man, let me tell you this: last night, almost euphoric. I mean, it was very exciting. Right now, like I said, I'm running on fumes, 4 hours of sleep. I was with Sam Levitt on the Postgame show after that past midnight. Man, and I just can't believe I'm hearing all these sleepy heads over here that got some sleep, that just don't have that spark yet. But come on, San Diego, wake up. Let's do this. Let's continue to support our boys. And Braden, Frank, what's up tomorrow? You guys going to make it to the loft or not?
I don't think we're going to be at the loft tomorrow, Rod, but we'll definitely be at Baja Rick's on Friday. We hope to see you there at Baja Rick's. We're going to be there from 10 to 2 on Friday, getting you ready for Padres and Diamondbacks. Gwen and Chris will be on after us. We got a Manny Machado baseball, signed autograph baseball to give away on Friday. You got to be present to win. We'll talk more about Friday's show later on in the week, but obviously we're going to be there at Baja Rick's on Friday from 10 to 2. Even Rod's a little wounded this morning. 4 hours of sleep. Guys fired up for his Padres on a Clinch Tuesday. Let's go. Yeah, let's get some excitement going here, Padres fans. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Brad and Escondido, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Brad?
Braden! Woo! Can I say my man arise?
There you
Can
go.
I say my man arise?
He should be batting lower in the order so he can do it more often.
You're killing me. Hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there Friday. You are going to have your own bobblehead.
Sounds perfect. Looking forward to it.
I make bobbleheads out of champagne corks, and I'm about 90% done with yours.
Oh, wow. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see
I'll
this.
be there.
This is going to be great.
As a fan since 1970, last night's game was amazing. And calling my mom, who's 88, who watches games religiously, and she was hoarse. It was such a great game. Awesome last night. What a team.
What a team is right. Should be exciting for the playoffs. Brad, I can't wait to see you on Friday. Appreciate the phone call as always. Hopefully you bring your brother Scott and RB. See the brothers down there for Padres baseball. That's what you're talking about. Like it's so many years of the Padres just not being very good, and now in the last 6 years they've made the playoffs 4 times. And there's so many people that have been longtime Padres fans that couldn't imagine being in a position like that. Couldn't imagine being in a position like that. So many years of just rough years of Padres baseball, but that's why this is what makes the fan base extra excited. I mean, even clinching. You got to see it last year on a triple play. This year, it's a walk-off knock. I mean, those are exciting ways to clinch a playoff spot. That's a lot different than losing a game, but the team behind you lost, and so now you're in the playoffs, right? I mean, they got to clinch on a walk-off winner. There's not much more excitement than that when it comes to clinching a playoff spot. It's not much more exciting than that. I mean, they could have won an 8-2 game last night, and they wouldn't have been as stoked. I mean, the fact that it was a walk-off made it a little bit more, I think, exciting. We're going to get to a lot of the clubhouse sound. Frank's been frantically working on getting it air ready for a lot of these guys. Getting extra excited out there. So we are going to get to that in the next hour or so. We're going to get back to your phone calls as we continue. Ricardo, Clay, please stay on hold. We will get to you in the next hour. We're talking Padres baseball for the entire show today. We might dabble in some other things, but it's going to be Padres related. I mean, Padres have clinched a playoff spot. It's Clinch Tuesday here on 97.3 The Fan. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. Braden Surprenant Show rolls on for hour 2. When we come back, get more of your phone calls and hear from the players after clinching last night. Coming up next, San Diego Padres Sports Station, 97.3 The Fan.
field. That'll do it. Freddie Fermín walks it off as Bryce Johnson scores, and the Padres are headed back to the playoffs in 2025.
It was never going to be easy, but the Padres walk it off in the best possible way.
What a great finish to last night's game to clinch a playoff spot for the San Diego Padres. Hour number 2 of the Braden Surprenant Show. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. I can't. Some people in the chat, man, today just crack me up. Padres win 86 games. Minimum. Like, minimum. They could still win more. There's 5 games left. They could theoretically win 91 if they win the next 5. 86 wins in the playoffs. Crappy season. It's like, I don't get it, Frank. I don't get it. There's 6 teams that make the playoffs. 6! There's 6 teams that make the playoffs. If you're one of those teams, I got news for you. It's not a crappy year. It's just not. Is it a perfect year? No. Watch other teams, man. You'll lose your mind watching baseball players on a daily basis. You'll lose your mind. You'll just be like, this is crazy.
There's always going to be somebody, and it doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what fan base it is. There's always going to be somebody who's going to find a problem with a championship. Somebody is always going to have an issue. And we're seeing breaking news on MLB. The ABS challenge system will be coming to Major League Baseball in 2026.
Anybody surprised by that?
No,
I'm not surprised either.
But that is breaking news right now on MLB Network. The ABS system will be coming to Major League Baseball next year.
All right. We'll talk more about that on a non-clinching. We could talk about that tomorrow on a non-clinching Wednesday. We've already been clinched. That would be a clinched Wednesday. How about that? Clinched Wednesday. Maybe next Monday we're talking about a host playoff Monday.
Maybe it's clinched, not clenched.
Clinched.
Clinched.
That's what I said.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Just clinched, not clenched.
Go Aztecs in the chat. Brian Kenny must be screaming. He looks a little pissed. I'm not going to lie. He looks a little PO'd right now on MLB Network. What do you think, Frank? That looks like an upset BK right there.
That does.
He looks like he's going to quit.
There's a couple hairs loose on the pompadour, too, so that might also be part of the reason why he's so upset.
Brian Kenny's literally just going to flip the table and be like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go work for NFL Network where they believe in analytics. There's no way. God, his hair looks so fake on TV. Not a good look for BK, dog. Not a good look for BK. You know what we haven't mentioned in a long time? I was thinking about this last night. We haven't talked about everybody's favorite journalist, Ken Rosenthal. That gets booed all the time. Where's the booze?
I know. Hold on. Got it. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't let me.
Everybody's favorite reporter, Ken Rosenthal. There he goes. We didn't even dive into him and his at the Brewers game where he side-eyed that guy that he almost tripped over. He knocked over. He was like, "Oh, it's that guy's fault." And then he gave out this fake apology. That was terrible, dude. Nobody likes you, man. Nobody likes you. He should just embrace being the guy that nobody likes.
It's a thing in wrestling that he has, and that is called go home heat. People hate him so much they just don't want to see him anymore. It's just called go home heat.
Oh wow, Mike Gundy got fired today. He's a man. He's fired. We'll see it, buddy. Losing to Tulsa at home is probably the icing on the cake after giving up 69 points in Oregon and losing 69-6 or 3 or whatever the hell it was.
One thing I need to know, I mean, as I said to my friend the other day, was we were watching the game on his computer. One, he looks like a dehydrated Elvis impersonator. Number two,
I'm sorry.
Did he have?
He looks like a dehydrated Elvis impersonator.
I did say that. Yes. Did he have his shirt on while he was being fired? Is my question.
Dehydrated Elvis impersonator. Hey, look, Gundy, we got a good job for you in Vegas. Go pretend that you're Elvis. Dehydrated Elvis impersonator Mike Gundy. That might be funnier than Jetropolitans. Let me tell you, that was pretty good. That's Frank from the top rope. That is hilarious. Dehydrated Elvis impersonator, a.k.a. Mike Gundy. He's a man. He's fired. All right. Back to Padres baseball. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Oh, Oregon, Penn State. Get excited, Frank.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm not ready.
We're doing a watch party for the whiteout. You want to come?
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm not at my house, but
I was going to say,
Mike's hosting.
Drake going to be there?
I don't think Drake's going to be there.
Nice.
I doubt Drake's going to want to hang out with a lot of Penn State fans. Let me tell you that. Nicky P, too. He's probably not going to. No. Can't talk to Mike this week.
I'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I'll see what I'm doing. I'll see how invested I am.
We are
in
Penn State,
wanting to be around people on the weekend.
No, this is the week I got to hear from Derek and La Mesa because it is Oregon week. It is Oregon Penn State. I got to hear the smack talk between Derek and La Mesa and Frank.
I was honestly considering going to the San Diego FC match this weekend against San Jose. By the way, I'm pretty sure we will have Tyler Heaps and
Tom Penn?
on. Yeah, Tom Penn on at some point this week as well.
We're getting both?
That's at least what the offer was. So yeah, we're most likely going to have both of them on at some point.
Are they going to be both on at the same time?
I don't think at the same time, but
let's make sure that they're not at the same time. Back to Padres baseball. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Ricardo in Chula Vista, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Ricardo?
Good morning, Puppy. Let me turn on my radio if you can hear me. Hey, man, just want to tell you I had an awesome time at the game last night. Stayed all the way through. Padres did it. Hey, man, I want to shout out to some Brewer fans out there who was kicking with me on Gallagher Square right behind Merrill on the back patio area. Great fans, educated guys, good attitude. Good to have that around us. And, man, I want to shout out to some Padre fans that came about 2 hours north on a Monday, man. These guys are committed, stayed all the way through with me. Man, love it. Go Padres. And, hey, if we go to Chicago, like Mud Grant says, man, let's sport that brown and proud jerseys, man. Let's ditch those pinstripes. We're the only team that travels with a pinstripe away. Let's keep the pinstripes at the house. Let's keep the brown and proud on the outside. Show that nation, the brown and proud, that gold out there, man. And let's go Padres all the way, buddy. Take care, man. Hey, once again, never got to tell you, I haven't talked to you in a while. Congratulations on the show. Frank, you're doing a good job, too. Love you guys, man. Keep it. Peace out.
Appreciate it, Ricardo. Cousin Ricardo there. I agree with the brown and gold, dude. I'm a big fan of the brown and gold jerseys on the road. I like the brown tops and the sand pants. I like that way better than the pajama uniforms. I might be in the minority in that. I might be in the minority with that. But the road pinstripes are my least favorite jersey out of the bunch. I'm not counting City Connect, obviously. And the three jerseys the Padres have, I you know what? I will take the flack for that because that's a lot of people's favorite jersey. That's my least favorite jersey the Padres have.
Speaking of those City Connects, they get one last showing on Friday.
That's right.
Final time for these City Connects Friday night.
I should probably wear my City Connect jersey they gave me on Friday then at the remote. I'll wear purple underneath. Go Purple Friday. Anyway, I that's my least favorite uniform. The road pinstripes. I don't dislike them. I like them, but I like the brown road jerseys better, and we never wear them. The only time we wear them is when you pitches. The only time we wear those are when you pitches. You likes the brown jerseys. Nobody else likes them, apparently. The solid brown is great for TV. It's great. It's a great matchup. I think the brown will pair well with the Cubs pinstripes. We got to bust out the Cub Buster shirts again. Huh? Take that, all the 1984 fans out there, the Cub Buster shirts. I'm sure a lot of you guys still have those shirts. That's what I need. I need a Cub Buster shirt. I don't know where I'm going to find one of those, but you know what? Who knows? 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Clay in the South Bay. You're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Clay?
Gentlemen, what a game. I mean, was that not just a nail-biter once it got to extra innings? I mean, so many pitchers used. I mean, it was a complete team win. I mean, this thing was a win for the team. And people that are foo-fooing the 86-win season, that 86th win came against a team that has 95 wins. So I don't know where all the negative vibes come from, but I can tell you this. The team is a team. Rodriguez got his first win. I mean, come on, give the guy some props. Fermín was solid, and that's after he got in the game. This game was nails, boy. This is what it's all about. You want to roll into the playoffs with some positive mojo. I think they did, and they proved that it's a team, and it's a team environment, team winning.
Absolutely, Clay. Appreciate the phone call, man. It's a good win last night. They were all hands on deck. I mean, they played that game like a playoff game. They wanted to clinch last night. They used almost every bullpen arm. Didn't have to use Mason Miller, though. That's good. He'll probably be available tonight. And hopefully the Padres can get a dub tonight. Again, we got a lot of still some scoreboard watching out there for the Padres. Their seed could flip. Chicago's got the Mets. And the Dodgers have the Diamondbacks. I wouldn't hold my breath on the division, but I will say this: with 2.5 games behind either the Cubs or the Dodgers, you have a good week this week. You might see where things land come Sunday.
And we now know who the Padres are facing tonight. As far as Brewers starter, it's going to be Bruce Zimmerman, who will be making his first major league start since 2023 as a member of the Baltimore Orioles. Lefty.
Sweet. Lefty. Get Xander Bogaerts in the lineup. Let's go. Are they doing the Sunday everybody plays at the same time deal? Oh, yeah, they are. I love that about the last day about baseball. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
I love that. Every game on Sunday is going to start at noon. Dodgers, Mariners, 12:10. Padres, Diamondbacks, 12:10. 12:07. Astros, Angels. I mean, they're all starting at their usual times. The latest game is going to be the Cubs and the Cardinals at 12:20. But every game is going to be on at the exact same time. In the American League, it's going to be a lot more fun to watch, I think. We'll see what happens come Sunday when it comes to the Padres and see if that Cubs-Cardinals game is meaningful or not. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get back to your phone calls. Frank and RB, stay there. We'll get to you. We will also hear from the players last night after getting a dub and clinching a playoff spot. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. The Braden Surprenant Show rolls on. San Diego's #1 Sports Station 97 through the Fan. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. If you haven't done so already, you can follow us on social media at @B_SURP, at BSURP. You can follow the Braden Surprenant show page at B_SURP show. Follow us at 97 Through the Fan, at 97 Through the Fan SD. Plus, you can follow Frank Marchese at FMarks with the Z 324. FMarks324 on social media. That's where you can find all of our stuff. If you're watching right now on 97 Through the Fan, please hit subscribe, hit the like button. We really appreciate it. It helps us out. Also, in the description below, the top line, the top link, youtube.com/@B_SURP, at BSURP. Trying to get some subscriptions to my YouTube page where we broadcast everything on there. We have 586 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Click on the link. Should say on the top, subscribe. Hit it right there. It helps us out. It costs you nothing. You get to subscribe to the show, and you get to see all of our content get posted as soon as it posts. It's also right there when you log on, so you don't have to search for us. We're making your life easier. I'm telling you right now, if you like podcast, our entire show is available in podcast form, broken out up hour by hour, posted right after the hour, full description, everything like that, wherever you get your podcast. If you need a link to that, also, if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description box below. You'll have all the links to all of our accounts. Hit it up. Subscribe. Subscribe where Frank comes from the top rope randomly. Yeah, that's right. It's true. Just throwing shade at Mike Gundy's looks. Dehydrated Elvis Presley impersonator.
It's just an observation.
It's spot on, though, and it's also funny.
Well, thank you.
It's great. So you can follow us on all those accounts that are in the description below. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Braden Surprenant YouTube page at B_SURP. All right. We've been waiting to play some of this stuff. And again, if you want to give us a phone call today, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Frank's screening some calls right now, but we do want to play some sound from last night's clincher. Let's start with the guy at the top, the one that built this team, the one that put this team together, who started it off really with the big signing of Manny Machado. His name is AJ Preller. He is the one that gets it all done for this team. Here's what AJ had to say last night, celebrating in the clubhouse about this team clinching the playoffs.
AJ, this season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and end the year playing our best ball of the year. And yeah, I think the deadline, we need around the clubhouse. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. Probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddy get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
Throughout the course of the season, different things that popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece, it's Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day. It's every day is to talk about what baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success is our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably one of the moves that doesn't get talked about enough is you bring Nick Pivetta in kind of last minute. You had to get creative. Just talk about that signing and how big it was for this ball club.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting he's on the mound today in a clinching game because he's been that guy all year long. I think he was a guy throughout the offseason kind of monitoring his market. And, with Joe's injury, Musgrove being out, we knew we were a little short on the starting pitching side. And, we got to February and, a guy like Pavetta's still out there who our R&D teams talked about for the last few years is a guy that we thought we could take to a different level. And he's become here and been unbelievable, been the ace of the staff. It's great to see him out there.
Can we talk about Manny Machado? I mean, you got to see him reach some career highs this year. This was your first real big signing you brought here, and now for the first time in 19 years, this team is going to back-to-back playoff appearances. This has got to be kind of all coming together. Obviously, there's a big prize at the end that you want to get to, but this has got to feel right now.
Yeah, you can really go around the room and talk about, thought process and where we're at with trades, free agent signings, but obviously bringing Manny here to San Diego, you're bringing a superstar in the prime of his career in a city where kind of people were used to those superstars going out the other way. You've seen it like to do it where Manny came in, he was kind of that first piece, that foundational piece. We talked about in Havana Harry's and Coral Gables when we were kind of doing our recruiting pitch, myself and Yaine and Manny, this being the norm. And at that time it was a little bit more of a dream and a vision, but Manny bought in, he wanted to be a part of it. Everybody knows he's the guy here, and he's the one that kind of started this whole thing. And to see him year in, year out.
Sounds like Manny has intercepted AJ.
He has indeed. Last one. AJ, you have introduced a portion of Padre fans to some of the best years of Padre baseball. And as I said, I know there's an ultimate goal, but how do you feel? You've been kind of the one spearheading on it. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I think you got to on this one.
I know Jesse and you talk about these being the golden years. That was the idea. And I think when Peter Ron sat down with our group in 2016, it was, hey, when we get to 2020, we want to be good year in, year out this decade. It's just fun to bring a lot of joy to the fans of San Diego. We have such a good organization, such a good group. It's great to be part of it. Got some steps to do now. It's like getting in is the start. Now it's all about trying to win that World Series ring and go put a flag here in San Diego.
Dry up. Enjoy yourself, brother.
Dry up. I like it. And a big thanks to Tony Gwynn Jr. was down there in the clubhouse yesterday. I know he was down there. Matt Scraby was down there. Chris Ella was down there. Sam Levitt was down there representing the station. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Let's get out to Monica in San Diego. Monica, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on?
Hi, Braden and Frank. It's my first time calling in, and I just had to call and say how excited I am. It was my husband and our 28th anniversary this weekend, and when he asked me what I wanted to do, I said I wanted to go see the Padres clinch postseason. So we flew out and saw Padres at Mex on Thursday. Didn't get it. So we flew to Padres at White Sox Friday. They didn't get it then. Saw them again on Saturday. Didn't get it then. So we went to the game last night and could not be happier. And it worked out perfectly because I got to celebrate with all my Padres family. So happy.
That's a fun little trip right there. A fun little story. First of all, congratulations on 28 years. That's amazing. But then also you got to go to New York and Chicago. And then how about the Padres finally clinching, but it's a walk-off hit. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better.
It was the best. When we were driving down to the park, I was saying I was hoping for a 7-2 Padres win. And my husband said, no, it'd be more fun to have a walk-off. Didn't know if my offer could take it, but it was way more fun that way.
Absolutely, Monica. I'm glad you had a great time. Thanks again for representing the Padres on the road. And what a fun little story. And again, big congratulations to 28 years of marriage with you and your husband. That's pretty remarkable. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Hunter in La Mesa. What's going on, brother?
Gentlemen, long-time listener. Great to be on the phone for the first time with you.
We appreciate you making that call.
You mentioned Cubs busters, so I thought I'd relate the story from '84. my wife was lucky enough to win a lottery that allowed her to buy tickets to Game 5 if we got there. Of course, I think it was Garvey's home run that got us there. So I still have the ticket stub from Game 5 stapled to my old guy's Padres hat, and I'm using that as my Cub Busters. So let's go.
I love it, Hunter. That's awesome, man. Appreciate the phone call. Another round of the Cub Busters. Had an 84. Had to beat the Cubs. Going to have to do it in 2025. See maybe where that ends. I mean, the Padres that year made it to the World Series. Let's see what the Padres got in 2025. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take more of your phone calls, and we're going to hear from many of the Padres after last night's game. We heard from Freddy Fine and Gavin Sheets. This is all last night. We got to the A.J. Preller stuff already, but Estrada talked with our boys. Sheets did, Fermín, Manny Machado, Jake Cronenworth, Jose Glacius. We'll hear from them all between now and 2 o'clock as we are celebrating a Clinch Tuesday on the Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego's #1 sports station, 97 through the Fan. Got ourselves a Clinch Tuesday. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2. Taking your Padres phone calls today. That was a great call from Monica, by the way. That was cool.
Yeah,
she
that
went
was
to New
incredible.
York. She went to Chicago. And then they came back home to San Diego, all trying to watch the Padres clinch because she wanted to be at the game for her 28th anniversary with her husband. They wanted to be at the game for when the Padres clinch. That's pretty cool. I think somebody in the chat's like, shout out that fan. That's great. Absolutely. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We do need to get to today's sports thread. We're going to get to that later on in this segment, but we also want to hear from a couple more Padres. We heard from AJ Preller already, but what did the captain have to say about this victory? Manny Machado last night with Tony Gwynn Jr. in the clubhouse after clinching a playoff spot.
I'm here with Manny Machado, the guy that makes it all go. Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs and back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, from that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you just seen the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, city of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Manny, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid portion of this season when the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, you know, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I could ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, you know, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and, man, it just feels so good. It feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out. Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but man, it feels good to win. It feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are. The Diamondbacks still in this bad boy.
Yes,
what are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now. And we've been showing clips and going, but we got guys fully going. We got guys doing the things that need to get back to, and we're gonna get rolling. And when this business isn't finished, we gotta continue to the end.
Congratulations, my friend.
Manny Machado with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night after the Padres clinched a playoff spot by walking it off against the Milwaukee Brewers. We're going to get some more sound in just a little bit. Want to get back to your phone calls. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Let's get out to Richard in San Diego. Richard, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Braden? I wanted to break up the monotony a little bit here. I know you guys are having a good little Padres day, but a friend of mine, Pierce Hunter, had hit me on the text and let me know that you guys called me out yesterday. Not called me out.
No,
but,
I said I needed your phone call, man. Your boys are 3-0. Where you at?
My boys are 3-0. I was celebrating a little bit yesterday, you know, getting ready for, you know, what's coming. But I will say this. I know it's early in the season, and I realize it's a ways away, but you and everyone listening will know exactly the person who is under arrest if the Chargers will ever win the Super Bowl. They'll be like, that's Richard from Paradise Hills. He went and got too drunk, and now he's under arrest for disorderly conduct, and somehow he is smiling from ear to ear.
Hey, that's the best start they've had since 2002. I saw that the other day, and I said, you know who's happy right now is Richard in Paradise Hills. That is the guy I needed to hear. I needed to hear from Richard from Paradise Hills about his Chargers being 3-0. Now, you know what? I love you, brother. I love when you call into the show. I get fired up. Even though I don't like your team anymore, I love the passion that you have, and I needed to hear it from you. So we can agree to disagree on our fandom for the Chargers, but I am fired up for you being excited about your team being 3-0, and they haven't chargered yet against the Chiefs or the Raiders or the Broncos, and they had opportunities, but 3-0 all against the division. I know you were excited.
Hey, it's all Jim Harbaugh, and I've been saying this since 2020. Hollywood Herb is the guy. He is him. I've been saying this for 6 years now. Everyone else is just now catching up.
I appreciate the phone call, Richard. Thanks again. I needed that. That was great. I don't like the Chargers at all. I don't. I just think that was his passion for his team is great. It's funny to me. He started 3-0. I had to hear what he had to say. Nate sounds like a Cowboys fan. That was great. If the Chargers ever win the Super Bowl, you'll know who got arrested. It's me. That is the funniest thing. You guys should have seen Frank's reaction. Frank hasn't experienced Richard in Paradise Hills yet. He only calls in during the football season, dude.
That was fantastic.
He only calls a San Diego guy. Stuck with the Chargers. Good for him. Don't encourage me to do it, but it was great. So, from that phone call of a passionate Chargers fan to, as we go back to Padres, we needed a little break to go back to Padres. This is the phone call. This is the call that Frank and I have been waiting for all day. This is the phone call that the YouTube chat's been waiting for all day. They've been clamoring for this guy. In fact, my friend last night, she was like, I can't wait to hear Brandon in Carlsbad call in. He's going to be so excited. That's what she said last night. And you know what? Here he is. Brandon in Carlsbad on a Clinch Tuesday. How you feeling, Brandon?
Well, you guys, if I told you I'm sitting at the park with my beautiful wife, I got 2 bull terriers. We got some Padres gear on. Sound the trumpets, men. The war is now fully engaged into the next phase. We have dropped guillotines enough to make enough heads roll that we got a chance to go to the big dance, people. Woo! Tell you what. You know what? How many phone calls? How many we got swept here? We're on a 5-game losing streak. All we need is a chance. All we need is a chance. And we got that chance. And it happened last night. We got a new Freddy in town. And you know what? I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yes, let's be real for a second. I know the pitching could be sus. I know some of our boys' bats could light up a little bit more. And yet, as one of my favorite metal bands, Judas Priest, would say, some heads are gonna roll, baby. I got faith because I ain't got no other choice. I've got no other choice. I'm not going to naysay anymore. I knew we would make it. I knew we'd get through the dark times. And this is all any team could ever ask. But for us, Friar Faithful, if you're listening to me out there in San Diego and you have held the line for decades and decades and decades, we deserve this. Now it's our time to hold our heads high, have a good level of decorum and respect towards other teams. But you know what? There's only one winner at the end of the day. And all I could ask for, guys, is that we're in this situation now and all the stuff. I think it's going to be interesting tonight on another side topic of how free and loose they're going to play. I think Manny might have had a little bit of little tequila last night. Who knows who's going to sit? So, you know, I'm just happy. Hey, you know what, Braden and Frank, what a great season. I hope a couple more phone calls to go and one with a banner, baby. I love you guys. Let's freaking go, Friar Faithful. Choo! I'm out.
All right, Brandon. Needed that call today. That was great. Those are 2 back-to-back epic. That was like some vintage like Jim Rome smack off vibes with Richard of Paradise Hills and Brandon and Carlsbad. Like back-to-back. Two passionate fans of 2 totally different teams. It's so funny. Every time you mention the Chargers, it's like chat gets all jacked up. It's so funny. The loyalists still part of it, as well as the people that hate them. Oh man, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. We need to get to the sports thread, but I did say I asked for Derek LeMesa to call in. We got Oregon Penn State this week. This is the week that Derek definitely needs to call in about his Ducks. Derek and LeMesa on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Derek?
Be Sir, Frankie, how the heck are you boys?
We're good on a Clinching Tuesday.
Hey, that's it. Yeah, big win. Huge Padres fan, but hey, Frank, bro, a whiteout in State College, ESPN College game day on campus, number 4 versus number 6. And you're talking about going to a soccer game? Are you out of your mind?
Come on, man.
Come on, Frank. You know what it kind of sounds like, Frank, if I'm being honest with you. If you're considering going to a soccer game, I think you might be a little worried about Saturday, brother.
Yes, I am. As any Penn State fan who watches this team would rightfully know, they don't win big games. So, yes, I'm a little worried about it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, brother. Here's the deal. They haven't gotten their two-headed monster really rolling yet. But, let's not kid ourselves. Oregon's looked pretty good. They've done exactly what they've needed to do against the teams that they've played, but they haven't played anybody yet. But I got to tell you, man, to use a younger kid's term, Penn State's offenses looked a little sus early in games. So it should be a good one. And I cannot wait to see that whiteout. It's going to be awesome.
Can't wait
for
it.
I will call in. Next week, win or lose. I'll eat my crow or I'll laugh at you, Frank. But don't go to a soccer game, bro. Watch the game.
Derek and LeMesa, appreciate the phone call, brother, as always. I knew that was great. We basically had 3 smack-off calls in a row. Very mild smack-off calls. Call out Frank. Derek will call in next week. He for sure will call in next week. I can't wait to watch this game. I'm dialed in the Ducks and Penn State. How about that? We had a Chargers fan call in excited about them being 3-0. We've had Padres with Brandon and Carlsbad getting everybody fired up, and then Derek LeMesa with the college football. We got everything covered. What more do we need to cover? Well, let's get to the sports thread. Frank Marchese.
You know that group chat? The one that's always blowing up with the biggest sports takes, debates, and breaking news?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
Yeah, we've got that too. Welcome to the Sports Thread, where we break down the top 5 stories in sports, just like you would with your crew.
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
No filters, no silence, just real talk.
All right, Frank, what do we got today?
Well, hopefully it's a little bit better than what that Chelsea center back is feeling right now. He just got double punched in the face by his own keeper.
Number 1.
That sounds painful.
Yep, it looked it. Major League Baseball owners voted unanimously on Monday to approve the sale of the Tampa Bay Rays to a group headed by real estate developer Patrick, I'm not pronouncing that, allowing the transfer from Stu Sternberg's group to close. The Rays said on September 17th that they expected the sale to close within 2 weeks, and look who won the pony. Sternberg took control of the team from founding owner Vince Naimoli, in November of 2025, and rebranded it from the Rays from the Devil Rays after the 2007 season. Rays won NL East titles in 2008, 10, 20, and 21, twice reaching the World Series, losing both times. Does this mean good things on the horizon now that the Rays are in new ownership hands?
Well, as long as they stay in Tampa, I think that would be the main goal. Tampa St. Pete, I think, for sure. And hopefully that helps solidify some things with the Tampa Bay Rays. Maybe the new ownership group has money and likes to spend money, huh?
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe that'll work out for them. But new ownership group for the Rays. There's going to be a lot of teams for sale in the next handful of years, I think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Number 2.
The Atlanta Falcons have fired wide receiver coach and former New York Giant Ike Hilliard on Monday, one day after being routed by their NFC South rivals, the Carolina Panthers.
Routed is correct.
Offensive passing game coordinator TJ Yates will assume Hilliard's duties on the team. The move comes hours after Coach Raheem Morris announced that offensive coordinator Zach Robinson will move down to the sidelines from the coaching box moving forward. A bit of an overreaction, maybe, from losing one game, despite how bad the Carolina Panthers are, to fire a wide receiver coach.
I don't know what did the receivers do that was so costly on Sunday. I mean, they got smoked. It seems like they needed a scapegoat at that point in time. But really, fire the receivers coach? All right, well, maybe that'll make a major difference. Maybe he was the guy holding them back. They can fire the offensive coordinator, I guess. Somebody needed to get fired, I guess.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the receiver coach drew the short stick.
Former NFL wide receiver, too, so that's also good.
Number 3.
Nepotism is alive and well. Bruce Pearl has stepped down as the men's basketball coach at Auburn and will move into an ambassador role in the athletic department as a special assistant to the athletic director of the school, announced on Monday. Stephen Pearl, Pearl's son and the Tigers' associate coach, received a 5-year contract as the new head coach of the program. Bruce Pearl, 65, is coming off a season in which he guided Auburn to its second ever Final Four appearance. The Tigers earned the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament after winning the SEC regular season championship, racking up 32 wins before falling to Florida in the national semifinal. Good to see that the program stays in the family.
I don't get it. It's just like, let's have Bruce Pearl take over the job at Auburn. We'll have him coach there for a couple of years. Then when he steps down, we'll just pass it to his son. Is his son qualified to get this job?
He was the associate coach, so yes.
I guess. Do we know anything about Bruce? What's Bruce Pearl's son's name?
Stephen
Pearl.
Nice to see you listen to me.
Yeah. Well, I was too busy with the dead. So Stephen Pearl, looking up his Wikipedia page. Stephen Pearl had played at Tennessee.
Good for him.
Was that when his dad was coaching there?
I would have to assume.
I could assume, I guess. Let me see. When was Bruce Pearl at Tennessee? Was he there in 07 to whatever? Yeah, he was. So he played for his dad at Tennessee. And then he became an assistant at Auburn in 2017 when Bruce Pearl took over in 2014. He was the associate head coach from an assistant head coach, and his first head coaching job is the head coach at Auburn. I mean, really? He literally started as a assistant, I don't even know what an strength and conditioning coach in 2014 for his dad. His dad gets hired at Auburn. He becomes the Auburn assistant strength and conditioning coach for 2 years. And then after that, he becomes their director of basketball ops. And then after that, he finally becomes an assistant coach from 2017 to 2023. In 2023, right around the time where Bruce Pearl's probably thinking about retiring soon, decides to make him the associate head coach. And now he just gets to be the Auburn basketball head coach. What could possibly go wrong?
Nepotism is alive and well.
That is
boys.
the definition of nepotism right there. You see it a lot in broadcasting. I mean, I know Belichick's going to do that with his kid. That is the resume that gets you the head coaching job at a top program in the SEC in college basketball.
Yes.
Just being the guy's son.
Yep.
It's not even like he paid his dues anywhere else. He's only played or coached for his dad.
He played,
He played for his dad.
That doesn't matter.
What does that even mean?
Semantics. He played. He played the game at a high level for a big school. He played the game.
He transferred to West High School in Knoxville before his senior year when his dad was the coach. At Tennessee, played 101 games for the Volunteers after redshirting his true freshman year. After graduation, Pearl worked as a medical sales rep at Stryker for 3 years before then he got hired by his dad at Auburn. I mean, come on, brother. That is insane. He should at least go cut his teeth somewhere else.
Arch Manning and Stephen Pearl giving nepotism a bad name.
They talked about the broadcasters, like, what's his name?
Noah Eagle's
Collinsworth's
good.
kid.
Noah Eagle's good.
Noah Eagle is good, but he's not getting that job unless his name's Noah Eagle. Noon hour when we come back.
Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the gas lamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
New lunchtime hour on 97 through the Fan is presented by the Craft Taco. Both flavors at 2 locations, Sorrento Valley and inside Balboa Park's Natural History Museum. We're talking a lot of Padres baseball today. Padres clinched last night on a walk-off winner by Freddy Fine. 2 weeks ago, people were saying they should have never traded for Freddy Fine. Did we not remember those people, Frank? Amazing.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad he's still on the team?
We were saying, who the hell was Freddy Fine?
I
Live
know.
on air as it happened.
Somebody texted me like 2 days ago. He was like, well, we could have had Ryan Berger right now. Well, yeah, but he'd be on the IL. So I don't know what to tell you. Not every trade is going to be great. Remember everybody was freaking out about Mackenzie Gore making the All-Star team? What has Mackenzie Gore done since the All-Star break, Frank? Anybody know?
Not
Anybody
much.
paying attention? Anybody know? He's got like a 7 ERA. I saw that yesterday. He got worked yesterday in whatever. Who'd they play? Atlanta?
Yes.
Atlanta's won 9 straight games. Look out. Building momentum for next year. The Atlanta Braves. Yeah. Mackenzie Gore since the All-Star. So he was an All-Star this year. Everybody's freaking out, right? Should have never traded him. You could make that for like a lot of different names. Since the All-Star break, we actually pitched against the Padres, by the way, as soon as he came back from the All-Star break. Lost 8-1. Padres put up 8 runs on him. Since the All-Star break, the Nationals have only won 2 of his starts. He has been charged with the loss 7 times. He's 1-7 since the All-Star break. 1-7. Mackenzie Gore, 1-7 since the All-Star break with a 6.75 ERA. A 5.50 fielding independent pitching. He's give up 9 home runs. And opponents have had 55 hits, 37 earned runs since the All-Star break in about almost 50 innings. I mean, again, like you're not going to win every trade. You're not going to lose every trade. But that was another one. People just freaking out. The Freddy Fine thing was crazy. That was like 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, everybody's like, why did we trade for this guy? Is he in a slump now? He's not good anymore. The guy's still hitting like 260, whatever it was. And again, like Berger looked good in the first couple of outings that he had for Kansas City. Guy's on the IL now. He's not helping you. Steven Kolek still looks good for Kansas City. It's not going to matter. So I always bring that up too, like for people that was such a miss of a trade. It's like first of all, you're not going to know in a half of a season. You're not going to know in a half of a season. But let's just say you didn't make that Freddy Fine trade, right? Let's just play the game for a second. All right, Frank, let's say you did not make the Freddy Fine trade. What playoff game is Steven Kolek starting?
That one.
What playoff game is Steven Kolek starting? You starting him game 2? You already know Nick Pavetta's starting game 1. Is Steven Kolek starting over Michael King for game 2?
No.
Is he starting game 3?
No.
No. He's probably not starting any of those games. He might be used out of the bullpen. I mean, but it's like you're going to roll with the guy that's never done it before, who's just transitioning back into being a starting pitcher. This is the first year of him being a starting pitcher, right? If I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
He was part of the team last year. It's the first full season as a starting pitcher.
As a Rule 5 pick.
As a Rule 5
year.
pick in Major League Baseball. Everybody during spring training said there's no way we can roll him out there in the starting rotation. Now all of a sudden, everybody wants him to be the number 2 starter for the Padres. Shouldn't have traded for Freddy Fine. These are called windsocks, Frank. This is the definition of being a windsock. It's the same thing with like Ryan O'Hearn. People are like, we should have never traded for Ryan O'Hearn. This guy sucks now. It's like, no, he doesn't. It's not even a half of a season. It's like a third. It's not even that, honestly. It's like, it's such a small part of the season post-trade deadline. These guys are going to go through slumps every once in a while. Like, it's still, but the Padres are still better off after all the trades they made than they did instead of making all those trades. I'm just saying. They wanted to trade. They wanted to go back and undo the Freddy Fine trade last week. Guy got you into the playoffs last night. You want Martín Maldonado to hit right there? I mean, come on now. Everybody's freaking out about Will Myers posting a picture of his locker at the Padres clubhouse. By the way, I don't even think that's an active picture. That's just like I don't know when that's from. But he posted that today on his Instagram. People are freaking out. Did you see that?
I did not see it.
Will Myers on his IG today. I got to go pull it up.
While you're doing that, somebody in the chat asked what Jacob Mizorowski's numbers have been since the All-Star break. He is 1-2 with a 5.45 ERA. It's allowed 24 runs, 4 homers, walked 17, struck out 51.
All-Star.
Starter
in the All-Star game. You just wanted to do a victory lap on that.
Well, no, somebody in chat asked.
I'm just saying. Will Myers, 44 minutes ago on his Instagram story, posted a picture of a locker, a Padres locker with his name on it and the number 5 in some area that's not obviously the main clubhouse. Maybe he's throwing out the first pitch. Who knows? I don't know. People are making their guesses. I cannot say, nor do I want to spoil anything. I don't know anything. That's just what has been posted on his Instagram. You could say what you want. But if you undid those trades at the deadline, like a lot of people wanted to do, they wanted to undo, like, oh, we want to keep Laureano, but we don't want to keep Brian O'Hearn. And we want to, like, it's like hand-picking everything. You are a windsock. Stop being a windsock. Below with the way the winds are going. I mean, could you imagine if you had Jason Hayward and Connor Joe right now? I mean, probably not Connor. Connor Joe's okay, yeah, but still.
That's a foul on Juan in the chat.
He draws the foul.
That is a foul on Juan. That's an unnecessary shade right there. Why are you getting a stray like that?
It's unnecessary roughness, 25-yard penalty.
Juan throwing out some strays right now, big dog. Jeez. Kraft taco sounds great for lunch.
It does.
It does sound great for lunch. But anyway, yeah, I don't really know. It does look like the Arizona complex locker room is what it looks like. I agree with that, but I don't know. Do you get a locker if you throw out the first pitch? I don't want to go deeper into that, but that's what Will posted. Have you seen his new Instagram? Have you seen his Instagram bio now? I don't know why you would. That's why
it's not my week to watch him.
It's your week to watch Penn State, Oregon, though. Here's his Instagram. Will Myers. He still has the picture with him and Will Ferrell. Will Myers' Instagram bio. Golf, comma. Learning how to chip, comma. Learning how to hit the drive, comma. Learning how to putt, period. Amateur golfer, period. Charlotte, North Carolina. Interesting. Anyway, he posted that on the story. I don't know what that means. It could mean something. It could mean nothing. It doesn't really, people are talking about it. People were talking about it. Anyway, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Let's recap kind of the stuff that we missed out, that we talked about in the first 2 hours of the show today. Padres clinched a playoff berth with a 5-4 win in 11 innings over the Brewers. It was the quintessential 2025 Padres game. Late comeback, bullpen stretched thin, role players stepping up. Freddy Fine delivered a walk-off RBI single in extras. Bryce Johnson, who wasn't even on the roster to start the season, scored the winning run after a Glacius sacrifice bunt. Bryce Johnson was picked up, right, during the year? Because he was on the team before, and then was he with Pittsburgh or something?
I think they traded him and they got him back.
Yeah, they traded for him, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back and look at whatever the deal was.
No, you don't. That's why I'm here.
Oh, well, take a look.
So it's what I'm doing, dude. Relax yourself. Calm down.
Yeah, they got him from Pittsburgh. He started the season on the Indianapolis Indians. And then he made his way to the Chihuahuas. I mean, what a pickup he's been.
I mean, the Indianapolis Guardians.
No, they still call themselves the Indians. But you could say the Guardians, I guess. The Pirates own them. I don't know. Pirates team, the Indianapolis Indians. Then he was a Chihuahua, and now he's back being a Padre after he was a Padre for a couple of years when they got him from San Francisco. But yeah, he wasn't even on the team at the beginning of the season. He was not even part of the organization. What a great play he had last night. Great couple plays. He's been great as the fourth outfielder for the Padres. Not even on the team.
Broke the star last night with his diving catch.
That's right. I did see that. Come on, Dave. That's on Dave. That's a foul on Dave.
He draws the foul.
How do we have the star break, Dave? Come on. Tony getting too aggressive, grabbing the star out of the compartment for it. That's a foul. That's terrible. Come on, David. We need to be better than that. Mike Schilt praised the team's toughness last night. Quote, "This has been a grindy son of a bleep. You fight like you did tonight, no one will beat us." I think it's hard to argue with that. Jake Croninorth credited late owner Peter Seidler's investment in the franchise. Quote, "Truly special for the city." A couple of player notes for you from last night's game. If you're wondering where Fernando was, he missed the game and the celebration due to illness, but FaceTimed in. He's the team leader in WAR, stolen bases, and a Gold Glove candidate. Rotation might be set for the playoffs. Nick Pivetta will start game 1 of the wild card series with Michael King and Yu Darvish likely lined up for games 2 and 3, as reported by Kevin Acee this morning in his daily newsletter. Dylan Cease's role is to be determined. He could be a potential bullpen option. What are our thoughts on Dylan Cease being a bullpen option in the playoffs? Is he capable of doing that?
I think in like a piggyback role, I don't see why not.
Would you go Darvish and Cease back-to-back?
Probably.
I mean, Darvish has some nasty stuff that doesn't... I mean, the stuff from Darvish and Cease would be pretty good. I mean, the walks might be a problem. Nick Pivetta, career highs in innings and strikeouts, known as a dog by teammates and coaches from last night. With Jason Adam out, quad rupture, and David Morgan sidelined with a shoulder, guys like Adrian Morejon, Robert Suarez, and Bradley Rodriguez stepped up. Rodriguez earned his first MLB win with a clutch 11th inning escape. That was great. Bradley Rodriguez looks pretty good. He's got a 100-mile-an-hour sinker in his changeup plays.
I think I found the trade finally.
Yeah, that happened in like June or something like that.
No, that happened in April.
April. That was super early on.
It was first announced on the 16th that the Padres had traded Brett Sullivan to the Pirates. It wasn't announced till the next day that Bryce Johnson was the return. And then Johnson came up to the team on June 16th. So 2 months after he got traded here, he came up and stayed up.
Bryce Johnson redemption is what it was labeled as. Non-tenured last offseason, reacquired mid-year, now hitting .358 with a .394 OBP in 73 plate appearances, made a game-saving diving catch in the 9th and later scored the winning run. They traded Brett Sullivan for him, Frank? Is that what you said?
Yep. Well, they traded Sullivan to the Pirates. I guess it must have been for a player to be named later, and not much later, it was Bryce Johnson.
Go Aztecs in the chat. Remember when this team was thinking Eggy Rosario was going to be a huge factor this year? What happened to Eggy Rosario?
Remember when everyone was thinking Tirso Ornelas was going to be?
No, I know. The Tirso love was kind of crazy. Eggy Rosario this year in the minor leagues. That's what I thought. So this season, Eggy Rosario started in El Paso and was rough. He hit 194. He has spent some time this year in San Antonio, hit 238, was in high A Fort Wayne, hit 145 in high A Fort Wayne, and was also in the Arizona Complex League for rookie ball this year. Hit 222.
Eggy?
This is all this year.
That's probably him coming off an injury. That has to be him.
That's what
coming
you
off an
thought.
injury.
Yeah, I mean, he went down to he was doing so. I remember they sent him to the Arizona Complex League because he needed to figure his swing out. This year, in all 4 levels, he's hit a $192 in the minor league. He's played every level of minor league baseball this year. Eggy Rosario. Every level. That's impressive, to be honest with you. He played rookie ball. The only thing he hasn't played for the Storm yet this year. He's played for every level of baseball in the Padres organization this year, except for the Lake Elsinore Storm.
And he was so good that he just skipped right over them and went to the Complex League.
I don't even know where he's at right now. Can you check multiple game logs at once? I mean, where is he right now? They can't even check the game logs because it's from. Oh, here we go. It's 2025 minor league batting and game logs. All right, so this is what he did.
I still laugh at Elo calling him E-Guy. I love it so much.
Eggy was in AAA from April 9th to May 14th. And then he went to the Complex League from May 19th to May 31st. Had some time off, played another game at the Complex League. He had to have gotten hurt. Got back to the Complex League, played June 3rd, and then got moved up to High A with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, and then he's been with got moved to High A on August 20th. So he hadn't played from June 3rd to August 20th.
Probably
where he got
injury.
That's where he
somewhere.
got hurt for sure. Because it looked like he didn't get hurt. He played on April. He played on May 14th, and then 5 days later played in the rookie. So maybe he did. Maybe he had I'd have to go look at his numbers or whatever, his bio. But then he goes to play for High A Midwest League at Fort Wayne. Played a handful of games there. Now he's been moved up to Double A. So he's with the Missions right now. He's hitting a lot better with the Missions.
And again,
that's an insane year for Eggy Rosario.
And the minor leagues are in the middle of their playoffs right now. So that's the minor league season ends early, unfortunately. It does not appear as though.
Yeah, he has sports hernia.
Yeah, it does not. Oh, actually, El Paso playing Sugarland right now. I don't know if that series is over or not, but they were playing Sugarland.
I miss when they were called the Sugarland Skeeters.
There's a Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. That's kind of lame. Eggy got sent down to the Arizona Complex League. He was not hurt. He got hurt in the Arizona Complex League with a sports hernia. Underwent surgery in June, and now he got back. He did the rehab assignment in High A, and now he's with San Antonio. That was the guy that people thought was going to be like a big, as we mentioned, a big factor to the Padres this year.
El Paso did not make the playoffs.
No, they didn't.
They took 4 out of 6 against Sugarland to close the year out. Sugarland was their last series.
That was an independent team for a while. The Sugarland Skeeters. They got picked up by the Astros. They changed the name to the Space Cowboys. Anyway, we digress with that. When we come back on a Clinch Tuesday, we got more players to hear from. We've heard from Manny Machado. We've heard from General Manager AJ Preller. We got to hear from Freddy Fine, Gavin Sheets, Estrada, Cronenworth, Mason Miller. We'll get to it all when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97 through the Fan. The Saturday Night 7th Fan is brought to you by Las Vegas Convention and Visitors. Take a break from the mundane and escape to something a little bit more fabulous with their first ever fabulous 5-day sale from September 22nd to September 26th. Find deals at all your favorite Vegas hotels. Plan your fabulous escape and learn more at visitlasvegas.com. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We talked a little bit about, obviously, today's a Clinch Tuesday. Padres clinched a playoff spot yesterday. Today is where you kind of talk about it. And we had a lot of people, a lot of players on the Padres meet with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night. As we continue to hear from a lot of the players after clinching a playoff spot, let's get to Mason Miller, one of the new ads for the Padres at the trade deadline. Big bullpen piece for San Diego. Did not have to be used last night, but he caught up with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night.
Here with Mason Miller, one of the acquisitions at the deadline. He's been nothing but superb. What's going through your mind right now?
Hey, just enjoying every second of it. So thankful to be here, be a part of this team, which is such an awesome group.
You come at the deadline, really probably not knowing what to expect once you walked into this locker room. How easy has it been for you to kind of assimilate yourself with the rest of these guys?
So easy. Since I walked in this clubhouse on August 2nd, I guess it was, nothing but love, nothing but appreciation. Just being a part of this group, I'm really, really grateful to be a part of this group. And, the guys have done everything and more to help me adjust and get here.
Now, this organization is going to back-to-back playoffs for the first time in 19 years. You get to be a part of that. 5 games remaining on the schedule. What are you doing at this point to try to make sure you're ready when the lights get the brightest?
Hey, we've been treating every game like a playoff game for a while now, so we're going to continue to do that. Each and every day, show up with a plan, show up with a purpose, and go out there and try to win a game.
What has it been like being a part of, I think, widely regarded as the best bullpen in the game prior to you getting here? You only added to that. What has it been like being a part of that particular group?
It's contagious, man. It's really awesome being around guys that are having a lot of success. The conversations and just the energy that we bring each and every day. There's a sense of pride in it. And like I said, lucky to be a part of it.
Congratulations, Mason. Enjoy yourself.
That's Mason Miller after the Padres clinched a playoff spot yesterday. We have a little bit more time to do a couple more when we come back. We do need to get a contestant for our midday sports standoff. If you could take me down to some sports trivia, you'd be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize, a trip to see the Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, a Vibe VIP package, and a $100 gas card. Eagles have added 2026 shows to the band's residency at Sphere in Las Vegas on Friday, January 23rd, Saturday, January 24th, Friday, January 30th, and Saturday, January 31st. The residency now features a total of 48 shows from Friday, September 20th through Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973 to be a contestant on that. In the 1 o'clock hour, of course, we're giving away Padres tickets. Stay tuned to see what that trivia question is. We're going to get to the Midday Sports Standoff when we come back and hear from a couple more Padres after clinching a playoff spot last night. Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97 through the Fan. Baseball talk on 97.3 The Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built and to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King on Sunday, September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus. I'm a little bit of a dilemma here because I didn't eat earlier this morning. I was not hungry at the time. I've now become hungry in the lunchtime hour. And I need to get food on the way to practice. Practice starts earlier than usual today, so I have to get something on the road, I guess. I guess I can cruise by Craft Taco. I don't know if I can or not, timing-wise. I'm going to have to figure something out. I am going to Bully's East tonight, though. You ever been to Bully's East?
No.
It's a good spot. Bully's East is a great spot.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you have to show up one of these days. Go to Bully's East. Prime Bistro Sports Bar. They have I got their what did I get one time? I usually get their they have a prime rib melt dip or whatever.
Nice.
It's pretty good stuff. Now I'm making the mistake of looking at the menu right now when I'm starving.
Yes,
that's not great. What is it called? Yeah, the prime rib melt. No, that's money, dude. Shaved prime rib, provolone, caramelized onion, sourdough, au jus, cream horseradish.
Nate and Chat's got you hooked up, ready to go.
Get this man a brisket. You got barbecue back there, Nate? You didn't invite me? Trav. Arby's. I haven't been to Arby's in a long time. We talked about Arby's 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
And we got Travis to go.
The power of this show.
The power of the show with food. I'm just telling you. Whatever we say, people go out and get. So I'm starving now. I made it worse by looking at Bully's menu. It's a good place. I'll be there tonight. Anyway.
I can't get hungry for at least another month.
Why?
Because that's part of the weight loss surgery. They cut the part of your stomach that gets you hungry out, and they say it takes about a year or so before it grows back. So
are you eating right now, just to fuel yourself?
Yeah, more or less.
So you're not hungry, but you just know I got to eat something.
Yeah.
Interesting. The food sponsor hour. Yeah.
Well, exactly. It is Craft Taco.
Craft Taco. Craft Taco's great. So good. Anyway, so now I'm starving, which is not a great feeling to be in. I was at Starbucks earlier this morning when I got my coffee, and I could have got something to eat. But I didn't feel like eating. You know what jacks me up is those 10 o'clock softball games I got to play. It screws me up. I ate before the 10 o'clock softball game, came home, still juiced up from running around and stuff like that. Went home super late. So, wasn't super hungry this morning. And now I'm starving. And I have to find somewhere. I have to go try to pick something up on the way to football practice and eat it real quick. But I also don't want to eat super unhealthy. So that's kind of the dilemma I'm in. I'll figure it out before. And this new lunchtime hour doing Craft Taco reads makes it worse because then I start craving Craft Taco. Anyway, as I get distracted, let me distract myself by playing some more sound to hear from some of the players that have that checked in with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night. We've heard from Mason Miller. We've heard from Manny Machado. We heard from General Manager AJ Preller. Speaking of tacos, I don't think he says it in this deal.
He does not.
He did it with Bob Scanlon. Was Jeremiah Estrada.
He said it with one of the guys from KUSI, too.
Was wondering where the tacos were last night. Hopefully, Jeremiah got the tacos he was looking for. Here's what Jeremiah said with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night.
I'm here with flamethrower Jeremiah Estrada. Jeremiah, what's the feeling you got right now?
Cold feeling, straight right down to my crack. But we all right. It's a good feeling. This is what you think about, what you dream about. And there's nothing better to do it into this clubhouse, with this city, and with just the people that you love. You build relationships, and I love it. These are all my carnals I heard, and I love it. I'm so happy to be here.
You guys, you've been a part of the best bullpen all season long. Many of you guys here, especially down the stretch, have had to go back to back to back to back to back. I mean, you get to this moment. What does all that work feel like once you've gotten here?
It's a lot of work, get alone just physically, but mentally too, just going to situations like today, it's going to be tough. And yet alone, we lost one of our dogs this year, and we wouldn't be where we're at without Jason Adams. But for all means, Luke 137, for with God, nothing will be impossible. That's all I got to say.
You had your struggles at certain points in the season, but you always seem to keep the right mindset, despite going through some of those ups and downs. I mean, for you personally, getting to this point, how are you feeling physically right now?
It's the dog days, but you feel good, This is the thing that you fight for. And when you get rid of those days, it's just like you think about it, what gets hard, what you got to do to keep going, But just like the movie I like watching, the Meet the Robinsons. The main thing is keep moving forward. Don't think about the past. It's a new day, and go out there and have fun.
Go enjoy yourself, Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Jeremiah Estrada last night, after the Padres clinched a victory. We've been playing on this all day, and we haven't even gotten to the man that won the game last night. Freddy Fine, game winner. It's great to have Freddy Fine on the team. This is what he had to say with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night.
Hold on.
Ah!
Working on something.
Nope. Pulled a fast one on Frank.
Turn the mic on.
Oh, man. Now he's falling.
All right,
He's falling apart like the Mets.
Here we go. Here's Freddy
Fine. I'll take the foul. That's fine.
Freddy Fine had the big hit to walk it off. What was your thought process as you got in that box there with a runner on third?
Man, very happy for this moment, especially the first step to the postseason. No, try to do the same plan, looking something up, and he threw me a sweeper right in the middle, and I did a good swing, and we won the game.
You joined the team after the deadline. You seemingly has fit in perfectly. You had to learn a whole rotation. What was that like trying to lock in with guys you hadn't been with all year?
It's very hard. It's very hard for me, That's especially my plan. Try to learn from my pitchers. It's very hard, like I said, but I'm trying to do the best I can. And we had really good guys, really good pitchers, good stuff. I believe with this stuff we have, we're gonna go to the World Series.
I mean, you got a chance to see some of the best relievers in the game. Morejon comes in today. You had a bunch of guys pitch on 3 days, back to back to back. What does that say about this pitching staff?
Like I said, we had really good stuff. Morejon, Suarez, Miller, everybody. We got good stuff. We need them. We gotta keep continuing. I gotta continue.
Manny Machado out here making sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, it's very special this moment. I don't have word for this moment. Very special. First step, we gotta keep rolling this.
Enjoy yourself, Freddy.
Thank you.
Freddy Fine, the game winner last night. Fun time playing all these. I just like, the music in the background's getting me going. Frank's face. I had to drop that one in there. That was great. That was perfect timing.
No, that's the best part is, no, you didn't. You didn't have to do it.
No, I need the Cubs. I need the Cubs to fail this week, so I need the Mets to pull their heads out. Are they going to do that, Frank?
No.
You locked into the game tonight, Frank?
I don't know what I'm going to be locked into tonight.
It's a 3:40 start.
Don't. It is a 3:40 start.
Peterson Horton. Get locked in.
See
Frank.
what Peterson's done lately?
Has he been good?
No.
Oh, well, don't get excited then.
Yeah, because I'm going for it right now.
Don't hold your breath. How's Brandon Fott do tonight against Shohei Ohtani? We'll see.
He put up a good fight.
Games in Chicago. That's a game you got to watch if you're a Padres fan. 1, you're rooting for the Mets. 2, do a little scouting on the Cubs. Get your Cub Buster shirts out. And get your thinking caps on for today's Midday Sports Standoff.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
It's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right. Frank, who's playing today?
It's been a mare of a segment on my end. We got Dom in Chula Vista. Dom, how are you, bud?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Good. So right now, our trivia question for today, we have 5 possible answers to this. Based off of last year's winning percentages in the NFL, who have the top 5 hardest schedules this year in the National Football League?
This year?
Yes. Who have the toughest schedules this year based off of last year's winning percentages? Dom, you have the first pick.
Go with Eagle.
The Eagles have the 4th hardest schedule this season.
The 4th most difficult schedule.
Yes.
Well, it's usually like teams that do very well. They usually get like a first place schedule. So, what about like the Lions?
The Lions have the 3rd hardest schedule. Dom?
Let's go with the Ravens.
Baltimore is not on the list.
All right. The other thing that goes into this is usually like teams that are in the same division.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all have to play the same divisional deals. So I'm going to say I'm sure Cowboys fans just will like to bitch and moan about it. I'll say the Dallas Cowboys.
They have the 5th hardest schedule this year.
Let's go with the Bills.
No, the Bills do not.
I've been saving this answer because usually, I've been able to pick this from Frank. It usually has something involved with Frank. That's how this usually comes about. Frank's favorite team is the New York Giants. I'm going to go with the New York Giants. They're probably number 1.
It had nothing to do with me, but yes, the Giants do have the toughest schedule in the NFL this year. Dom,
excuses
to try to save the last one here. You can't win, but can you save a little bit of face here getting the last one?
Let's do the with Washington.
Nope, unfortunately not. So that'll be 3 strikes. Braden, you want to take a crack at who the last one is?
No, I have no idea. I ran out of names.
The last one, Nate Taylor said it in the chat. It would be the Chicago Bears. Have the 2nd hardest schedule in the NFL this year.
The Bears. That's a great Saturday Night Live skit.
It was.
The super
fantastic.
fans.
Yep.
The Bears. Take on Mini Dicka. So good. All right. Well, that went faster than I thought. Did you watch Monday Night Football last night?
I did not. No.
Wasn't your turn to watch?
I was watching the Padre game. I was being a good boy. I was watching the game.
It was back and forth. Lions looked pretty good last night. 38-30 win over Baltimore. Baltimore 1-2. That Baltimore has a tough schedule. I can't believe Baltimore wasn't on that list.
I'm not sure where on that list they were. I would have to assume they were pretty high up, though.
They opened up with Buffalo, lost. Then they played Cleveland, divisional game. They won that game. And then they played the Lions. I mean, Buffalo and Detroit out of the gate is pretty tough. Derrick Henry fumbled last night in a big spot. That wasn't very good. He lost his mind on the sideline. That's a good comeback win for the Lions. Lions started the season getting their ass handed to them by the Green Bay Packers, and they have since bounced back with 2 wins in a row, including one against Baltimore last night. That was a pretty fun game. In the NFL. And speaking of the NFL, maybe we can get to the overreactions in the 1 o'clock hour. We'll get to that maybe. We also want to play some more sound from some of the Padres that were with the media last night. We had Freddy Fine already. We talked with Jeremiah Estrada, or Tony Gwynn Jr. did, AJ Preller, Mason Miller, Manny Machado. We still got to hear from Sheets, Cronenworth, and Jose Glacius. We'll hear from them in the 1 o'clock hour as we talk Padres baseball. Now, how do we think the Padres are going to do tonight, Frank?
I think it's going to be a win. Honestly, I think the Brewers might be, and this also has to do with Brandon Woodruff going on the IL.
It's a tough, the pitching situation for the Brewers tonight's rough.
Yeah, throwing a starting pitcher that has not pitched in the majors since 2023, that's almost like a white flag kind of, okay, this is we're good. We're good with where we are right now. That's at least the way it feels to me. They are throwing Quinn Priester tomorrow, but this kind of feels like a Padre win. However, I would not be surprised in the slightest if they came out a little bit sluggish after last night.
A little flat. Came out a little flat. Brewers only have a 2.5 game lead on Philly. Just saying. For that number 1 spot. I'd rather be the number 1. I don't know. Would you rather play the Dodgers in the second? Now, if you're the Brewers, would you rather play the Dodgers in the second round or the Padres or Cubs? That's a tough one. They own the Dodgers this year.
Yeah.
They own the Dodgers this year. Didn't they sweep them in the season series? They went 6-0. I think they went 6-0.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
I think Milwaukee went 6-0 against the Dodgers. It might have even been 7-0 if they played them 7 times. I'm pretty sure Milwaukee swept the Dodgers this year on the season.
Take a look, shall we? This year against the Los Angeles Dodgers, yes, they did go 6-0.
They went 6-0. That means the Dodgers are due. That means I want to play the Cubs or the Padres. I don't know. I mean, if you're a Milwaukee fan, what are they talking about on Milwaukee radio today? Who they'd rather play in the divisional series?
They went 9-0 against the LA teams.
Yeah, they swept the Angels too.
Yeah.
Milwaukee owns LA. The power of cheese curds. Getting it done.
I'll take a guess who the third. Oh, actually, they've swept 4 teams. Want to guess who the other 2 are, since we're in the trivia portion of the show?
San Francisco?
Nope.
New York Mets?
Nope.
Philly?
Nope.
I'm just going to keep naming teams so we get to all 30. So
1 in each league. I'll give you that.
1 in each league. The teams that the Brewers have swept. Minnesota?
Nope.
Cubs?
Nope.
White Sox?
Nope.
Oh, God. I mean, what are we doing?
Boston and Washington.
I would never would have got either of those. I would have guessed at
3-0.
least 5 or 6 teams before I got to both of those teams.
They went 3-0 against Boston, 6-0 against Washington. They outscored Washington 60-23.
I should give the Mets some notes. Their scouting report,
Yikes.
how to do that. Philly's got Miami this week. I'm telling you, like, the Brewers can't mess around. They're going to lose the number 1 seed. Is
But
the number 1 seed important?
Miami's not rolling over either. They are technically still in it. And they are going very, very hot right now.
They are 4 games back, the Marlins. They've won 6 in a row. And they got Philly this week. Who do they got over the weekend? The New York Mets.
Yep.
Which is a team in front of them that they could potentially pass.
Where they'll get in. They do. Be on the last day of the year, just the same way it was to close Shea. 2008.
Miami's got too many teams that got to jump, dude. If Miami makes the playoffs, I mean, that would be kind of crazy.
Tom Glavine legacy game.
Okay, let's look at the...
I'm over it, though.
No, you're not.
Oh, I am.
Marlins have less than a 1% chance of making the postseason. So you're saying there's a chance, Frank.
Miami's saying there's a chance.
Miami's saying there's a chance.
Anyone with half a brainstem is probably saying, no, you ain't got it.
Padres currently have a 6% chance of getting the 4 seed. Interesting. Now, how about this? They have the same odds to potentially get the 3 seed. 6%.
Don't let your dreams be memes, dude. That's all I could say.
Padres officially cannot get the 1 to the 2 seed. That's it. The Cubs cannot get a 1, 2, or 3. They can only get the 4 or the 5. A lot of these are getting locked in already. Phillies have a 7% chance of passing the Brewers this week. So the Brewers are at 93% that they're going to get a 1 seed. They've already clinched a first-round bye that's guaranteed. And they've won the division. So maybe they're not playing for anything. Maybe the Padres can bounce back.
Yeah, the Brewers are...
They're done. They're pretty much locked in.
Yeah, they could be in coast mode right now.
I mean, I'm sure there's some clinching scenarios for the Brewers here coming up, but to me, they got not the Phillies 2.5 back, but it's not enough. I mean, I think it's a done deal for Milwaukee over the weekend. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. Hour left. Got a couple more Padres to hear from after they clinched a playoff spot last night.
Test 1, 2.
All right, we got to give away tickets. I forgot about that. We got to give away 2 tickets to the Padres Diamondbacks game this Friday. Join the Padres for the Hispanic Heritage Celebration when they host the Diamondbacks in the final regular season homestand. More info at padres.com/Hispanic Heritage. I got one for you. I will ask the question as we go to break. If you are the first one to call in and answer said trivia question, you will win 2 tickets to the Padres and Diamondbacks game on Friday. What's special about Friday, aside from Hispanic Heritage Celebration the weekend, Frank?
We're going to be at Baja Rick's on Friday.
We're at Baja Rick's on Friday. Let's go. Baja Rick's even put it on their Instagram today.
Hey, yo.
I noticed that.
Look at that.
We're going to be at Baja Rick's.
Guys,
on
call
in when we go to break.
At the break.
Here's the other thing, too. You have to know the question before you call in. No asking Frank, I missed the question. What's the question? No asking Frank that. You can't ask Frank that. You have to have the answer. Frank's going to answer and be like, what's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your answer? Not, I didn't hear the question. I need the question. No. That's not how this works. You got to be tuned in to listen to the question. You cannot call in to try to beat the line and then be like, I missed it. You missed it means you don't know the answer, which means you don't have time to. No, it's not how it's going to work. So at the end of the segment, first one to call in to answer the trivia question will win 2 tickets to the Padres Diamondbacks game. I think that's fair, Frank.
I think so too.
I think that's very fair.
You know what else I think is fair? Calling during the break.
That's what I'm saying. Call during the break. We're not going to answer it. If you call now, we're not going to answer it. You're actually going to put yourself at last in line if you call now. So wait till we get the break. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Answer the trivia question first correctly. You will win tickets to the Padres game on Friday. Also, caveat that you don't actually have to do legally, but we'd appreciate it. You come down and say hi to us at Baja Rick's on Friday from 10 to 2.
Agreed.
Don't have to do it, but Anyway, he's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show. If you haven't done so already and you're watching on YouTube, give us a like. Got a lot of people watching today on YouTube. Fired up about the Padres clinching a playoff spot yesterday over the Milwaukee Brewers. They're guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Now, whether or not they play the Dodgers in the first round or the Cubs will remain based on if they win one more game or not, or if the Reds lose. If the Reds lose, the Padres also will get the 5 seed. So that's what's on the line tonight. Padres' magic number is 1 for the 5 seed. If the Padres win, they got it. If the Reds lose to the Pirates, the Padres also have it. It would guarantee that they at least get the 5 seed. Padres are not in control of their own destiny for the 4 seed or the 3. They need some help this week as they need the Cubs to lose and the Dodgers to lose. If the Cubs lose, I think it's more likely that the Padres are more likely to pass the Cubs than they are the Dodgers. Padres have a tiebreaker over the Cubs. That became an official tiebreaker after the Reds swept the Cubs over the weekend because the Cubs' divisional record will not be able to surpass the Padres with them getting swept over the weekend. So, Padres win the tiebreaker over the Cubs. If they, in fact, tie, they're 2.5 games back behind Chicago. Cubs have 3 games this week against the Mets and then 3 games over the weekend against St. Louis. So the Cubs have 6 games left. The Padres have 5 games left. We'll see how it plays out. Padres clinched a playoff spot last night, as mentioned before. We have heard from multiple players that talked with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night. We want to continue that. Let's hear from Gavin Sheets. Gavin Sheets has been a big ad for the Padres club this year. I mean, he was DFA'd from the White Sox. Had a great season with the Padres in the regular season, hoping for a great postseason with San Diego. It's been a good lefty bat, good power bat. Here's Gavin Sheets with Tony Gwynn Jr. last night.
Gavin, man, You came into spring training, had to earn a spot. You did that. And then, quite frankly, you kind of put this team on your back there early as you got hot. What does it feel like to get to this moment finally?
It's incredible. This is why you play the game. This is why I wanted to come to this place, because I knew how special these guys were. And to sit here now, pouring champagne, celebrating, makes it all worth it, man.
I mean, I know you don't like talking about yourself, but I'm going to make you talk about yourself. If you've had that kind of year, a career year, really across the board, what all came together for you this season?
Just the will to win every single night. Obviously the physical adjustments and all that stuff comes with it, but being with this group, being with these superstars, buying into it, and just wanting to play winning baseball to get to this point right here, makes it all worth it, man.
You guys have accomplished step one. Yeah. You got a few more games before the fun really starts. What becomes the focus for the rest of these regular season games for you guys?
The hottest team wins. Get hot right now and get to the playoffs, and may the best man win.
Enjoy yourself, Gavin.
Thank you. I will.
Gavin Sheets, what a humble guy. What a story he's been. I mean, this has been such a big pickup for the San Diego Padres this year during the offseason. It's been a big reason why this Padres team has gotten to the point that they are currently at. Another player like that who's really stepped up, especially as of late with Xander Bogaerts being injured, is Jake Cronenworth. Jake Cronenworth made a great defensive play last night to really save the game at second base. He played some shortstop for the injured Xander Bogaerts. He expects Xander Bogaerts to be back hopefully tonight. He was back with the team yesterday. I don't know what the plan's going to be too much for Xander for the next couple of days, but obviously they got to get him up to speed a little bit before he starts playoff games. So we'll see what happens with that. But here's Jake Cronenworth after the Padres clinched last night.
Jake, you've been here for a minute now.
Yeah.
You've got to experience some of the lows. You're getting to experience a lot of the highs now. Back-to-back years, you guys head to the postseason. How important is this for you?
I don't know if it's important for me. I think it's special. I think it's, this group, what we've been able to build over the last 6 years. It's just crazy to think about that I've been here for 6 years now. I think I've been saying it all night. It goes back to Peter and his vision of this team and what he invested in this group and in the city and the fan base. And I think that's what it goes all back to.
I think, in my personal opinion, you're one of the most underrated ball players on this club. Not just because you do a little bit of everything. Today it was the glove work. You had the diving stop. I mean, for you, when you set out every day, what is your mindset like? Because it could be with the bat, it could be with the glove.
No, I think, ultimately, we've spoke about this in the past. It's how can I help this team win today? Maybe on the bases, maybe in the field, maybe with my bat, but it's making that commitment to this group that no matter how the field is going and the at-bats are going, I'm going to be locked in when it matters most.
This was not as smooth as it was last year when you guys got rolling. Yet you guys showed some gumption and stayed with it the whole year. I mean, what does that say about this group of guys that you guys got in here?
I think the biggest thing is resiliency. They've had a lot of injuries throughout the year. When I went down, Jackson went down, Bogey, starting pitching, bullpen. Seems like on all sides of the ball, it's affected us, but this group has maintained its kind of MO and stayed with it, even though it's been tough we've had some tough stretches, but I think it's a testament to the group and the coaching staff in the front office to stick with the plan and keep moving forward.
5 games to go in the regular season before the fun begins. What do you think the goal is in these final 5 for you guys as you guys head into the playoffs?
We're going to be playing against, obviously we got 2 more against these guys who are a really good team and they're in the position they are for a reason. And then we're playing the D-backs as well, who are potentially on the verge of going to the postseason as well. So I think it'll be good for us. We're going to be playing postseason baseball for the next 5 days.
Well, congratulations, man. Enjoy yourself.
Sonny Gwynn Jr. with Jake Cronenworth last night. after the victory for the San Diego Padres that clinched a playoff spot. We've heard from basically everybody. We might get back to what AJ Preller had to say later on in the 1 o'clock hour. We're going to get you the trivia question and win you 2 tickets to the Padres game here in just a second. But last but not least, Jose Glacius. A good night last night. 2 for 3 at a bomb to left field. Dropped down the bunt in the extra innings. Had a great night for the Padres. He's been a good ad for San Diego. He's one of those veterans that come off the bench. Here's Jose Glacius last night with Tony Gwynn Jr.
I'm with the slickest fielding infielder in all of baseball, in my opinion. Jose Glacius with us. Jose, you had a big homer to cut that lead to 1. And it just seemed like not only did it rejuvenize the dugout, but if that was the first time all game, the fans seemed like they were energized. Just talk about looking for that first pitch.
Hey, we're facing a good pitcher. We're facing a good team. Extremely happy to contribute. Extremely happy to be part of this great win tonight. That says a lot about this team. We never give up. We continue to play hard. Offense, defense, pitching. It was a great win all around. I was able to contribute.
Jose, you came in to this organization that had just reached the postseason last year. You were part of a team that kind of had its own run last year. Talk about what it meant to come in here and bring, what you bring to the ball club and help this team get here.
I mean, it's I love my job. I love the days I don't play. I just make sure Bogey, Manny, Daddy, the whole night guys are ready to go and positive through it. That's part of my job, and extremely happy to do that. I love the guys. Manny, he welcomed me with his arm open. Daddy, Bogey, we have a special relationship on and off the field. Great group. We'll continue to grow. We'll continue to stick together. And we're just living one day at a time, and we're very blessed for this opportunity.
Talk about that role, because I think you exemplify it as well as anybody in that role. How important is it for you to really maximize that, not only when you're on the field, but as you said, when you're not on the field, and you gotta be these guys' cheerleader a little bit?
I mean, it's not an easy one. You don't play often, and but you know what? Extremely happy to put this uniform on a daily basis and be ready when Mikey called my name. I'm going to give my 100%, and it shows tonight. It's been showing all year that I play with a lot of passion. I'm extremely humble about this opportunity that the Padres are bringing to me this year.
I got to talk a little bit about your defense, man. I mean, you've always been the slickest, but even as you've gotten older, it doesn't seem like anything's changed. I mean, you made some terrific plays here tonight. I know the one didn't go our way, but, I mean, just talk about how important that part of your game is.
I mean, I play in the middle. You better play D. And you know what? I thank to my dad. He's somewhere watching this moment. And ay, coño! So he took me to the field since I was a little kid and just taking grounders all day long. And you know what? This is for him too. He worked so hard for me to do what I do, and extremely humble, and thank you for the compliment. So let's go Padres. God bless you all.
Jose Glacius with Tony Wood Jr. last night after the Padres clinched a playoff spot. We had some news today that went down in Major League Baseball. Major rule change coming to Major League Baseball in 2026. We'll discuss what that is, and then to finish out the show, we know about the Padres bullpen being a strength. Little worried about the starting pitching. We have gotten a kind of preview of what to expect next Tuesday in game 1 of a wild card series against the Cubs. But how does everybody else's pitching staff lay out? We'll talk about that in the 1 o'clock hour as well. But as we go to break, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. If you call in and you are the first one to answer this trivia question, you will win tickets to Friday's Padres Diamondbacks game that celebrates Hispanic Heritage Weekend. Join the Padres for the Hispanic Heritage celebration when they host the Diamondbacks in the final regular season homestand. For more info, go to Padres.com/Hispanic Heritage. They played the Diamondbacks. Since people in the YouTube chat were talking about the mascots today, what is the mascot's name for the Arizona Diamondbacks? If you're the first one to call in and tell me what that character's name is, you will win 2 tickets to the Padres game against Arizona coming up this Friday. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Good luck to all of you, and we'll see who the winner is when we come back. Plus, a look at the new rule change for 2026. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We've had a lot of news today. A lot of breaking news today. Just had one on my phone pop up for college football. We've had a couple of stories from Oklahoma today. In college football.
Yeah, this one would be Bummer Sooner right here. Is it this one?
Bummer Sooner. Good news, bad news. Oklahoma State has fired football coach Mike Gundy earlier today. Pete Thamel reported that. Gundy, I mean, rough start to the season for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I mean, they are found themselves in the irrelevancy of college football. Oklahoma State last year was just awful. I mean, they were not very good to begin with, and then this year it got even worse. But you go back to last week with Oklahoma State, and they played on a Friday night or Thursday night. No, they played on a Friday night against Tulsa at home, and they lost at Tulsa. They lost against Tulsa at home for the first time since like the 1940s or something insane.
You want to know where that all stems from?
No.
Oklahoma State football spent more than $10 million less on NIL than any other Power 4 competitor last year.
Schools like that won't be able to compete at the next level, at this new era of college athletics. Maybe Oklahoma State was one of those schools that were so good, wondering why all these kids were going to Stillwater, Oklahoma. Maybe they were paying kids beforehand, and now they don't have enough money to compete with everybody else. I don't know. I'm just talking. They started the season 1-2. They beat UT Martin 27-7. They got beat down by Oregon 69-3. And then they lost to Tulsa at home. They got Baylor this week. Or sorry, this week? What's today's date?
Today's the 23rd.
Yeah, so they got Baylor on Saturday. That's an L. Last year, Oklahoma State, also bad. Last year, Oklahoma State started the season 3-0. They beat South Dakota State, Arkansas in 2 overtimes. SEC. They went to Tulsa and won, and then they lost every single Big 12 game. Utah, Kansas State, West Virginia, BYU, Baylor, Arizona State, TCU, Texas Tech, Colorado. That is 9 straight games to finish 2024 losing. They have lost 11 out of their last 12 football games that they've played. 11 out of their last 12. And it was progressively getting worse. So Oklahoma State fires head coach Mike Gundy. Now, the one that really started this, conversation was Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer has, and now I got to update my app to get that, which is sweet. So let me go get this information from the website. John Mateer is going to miss some time with hand surgery. John Mateer is going to miss time with it. He's getting a surgery on his hand. I think that's what the update said. I'm trying to, again, I have to download. I have to, whatever. Typical.
Where was it, ESPN?
Yeah, ESPN sent me the notification, and I go to ESPN's website, and they got nothing on their website, but they just had the notification, and then I get to the ESPN app, and it goes, in order to see this, you have to update your app. Thanks. Appreciate you. What was the official report on John Mateer?
Your face needs an update.
I heard you.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm looking for it right now.
Mets need an update.
No kidding, huh?
All right, I got to go back.
I'm not seeing anything. I haven't gotten I didn't get the push notification, which cool. Thank you, ESPN.
Well, I got the push notification.
I don't like you either.
It's not even on their thing. That's
yeah, no, it's
ridiculous.
Not.
And I've already clicked on it, so it goes away from my notifications. That's so lame. Gotta love technology. Well, anyway, John Mateer is missing some time. He's undergoing hand surgery and missed some time. Oklahoma has a bye this week. Then they got Kent State, then Texas. Michael Hawkins will play against Kent State.
For God's sake. Hold on. Okay.
Technology
there we go.
sucks, dude. Sometimes.
From Soonersports.com.
Take University that for what it's worth. Soonersports.com.
Well, no, I think this is like the official website of the Sooners, I believe.
It's not OU.
I don't think so. University of Oklahoma football head coach Brent Venables announced Tuesday that quarterback John Matier will undergo surgery tomorrow to address a right hand injury he sustained in Saturday's win over Auburn. Venables said the expectation is that Matier will return to action at some point this season. After consulting with medical experts, it became clear that surgery is the best option for John and his short and long-term futures. He's extremely disappointed. He will miss some game action, but is eager to correct the issue and move forward as he is with everything we know. He will be aggressive with his rehabilitation and work to return to the field as quickly as possible.
Did you hear that thud? All the experts jumping off the Oklahoma bandwagon. That's good with my Go Aztecs. I just think if he's only going to miss a couple of weeks, and as mentioned before with the Oklahoma schedule that Jake Waters put in the chat, I mean, those are the weeks you'd want to miss. I mean, Oklahoma has got a bye week this week. That's a week off. Then they got Kent State.
Wait a minute. This is also... Oh, never mind. Go, keep going.
Yes. Then they got Kent State, and then they got Texas coming up for the Red River rivalry. Red River, I don't know what they call it anymore, but
it's the Red River rivalry.
Red River rivalry played at the Texas State Fair. That's pretty cool. Could you imagine if the San Diego County Fair had like a football game around it? San Diego State, Fresno State at the fair. Sweet. I'd be down. Instead of the monster trucks, you get a college football game. It's great. So anyway, he could probably, if he misses the entire season, he has another season next year if he wanted to come back. He's only played 4 games. I don't know if he's going to miss that long, but he will miss, quote, some time. That's probably to make Texas and South Carolina and some of those schools later on in the season have to worry about, is he coming back? Is he not coming back? Is he coming back? Is he not coming back?
Who's the quarterback we were talking about yesterday that's done for the year that was going to be applying for another year of eligibility?
Oh, that was Syracuse's guy.
Yes, Angeli, yes.
Yeah. Medical red shirts. I tell you what, as we're on this Texas State Fair, that's kind of the coolest. That's one of the coolest fairs I've ever been to, Texas State Fair. It's pretty cool. You're walking around. It's on the grounds of the Cotton Bowl. And it's just, everything's bigger in Texas. It's like San Diego County Fair, except like all of their, instead of them putting in a bunch of fake buildings and stuff like that, or like a bunch of shops, everything's in a built structure, if that makes sense. It's almost like, you know what it's like? It's like if Balboa Park hosted the San Diego County Fair. That is what the Texas State Fair is like. And then they got the giant guy, Big Tex, that like talks to you, and it's kind of creepy.
Where would you put the field at the San Diego County Fair?
They have a stadium in there. I mean, they could totally build a stadium.
My first thought would be in the middle of the racetrack, because it's all grass in the middle of the racetrack. Take the guardrails down, but then again, you'd want to get fans close.
I was saying, like, hypothetically, if you had like a stadium at the fairgrounds, is what I was saying.
Oh,
not actually play a football game there. Plus, our fair's in June, so it's kind of lame.
It's nice to do hypotheticals, though, man.
What if they had a Padres game at the fair?
See that?
Now we're talking.
You already know it can be done with Bristol.
Well, they had that. They had that idea a couple of years ago. A handful of years ago, where they could, like, because the Del Mar Fair, and some know-it-all will call in and tell me if I'm wrong, but I remember.
It's not right now. The lines are locked because people are still calling.
Good, so I can just spew my BS then. I remember them talking about, because for a little while, like that, the fairgrounds, because I think the city owns it, if I'm not mistaken, or the state owns it. Some government in California. I think the state owns it, and it was like losing money or something like that. But that land, somebody threw out the idea that you could build an NFL stadium there or something like that. So, well, it's got the freeway, it's got this, it's got that, it's got parking. Could you imagine like a football stadium at the and before everybody starts popping off how it would never happen? I understand that the rich people aren't going to like that. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's just dream for a second. Apparently, as a Pisces, I'm a dreamer. I've been told that. So
I've told you about the water stadium, right?
Yes, I have seen that. You showed me that.
Yeah.
But again, like, I was like, the traffic on the 5. Shut up. Just, I get it. I understand. Let's just pretend. Let's go to fantasy land for a second.
Let me dream for a second.
Imagine it's the San Diego Chargers, right? And they're getting ready for Monday Night Football. It's a 5:15 kick, which means it's still kind of daylight out. And they're playing the Raiders on Monday Night Football, and they're doing the blimp shot, and it's like the surrounding area of the Del Mar beaches and the fairgrounds. I mean, are you kidding? That would be legit. Yeah, okay, the state of California owns it. I remember they threw that idea out like a couple of years ago, a handful of years ago, and everybody, all the Solana Beach people and Del Mar people, we don't want that many people over here. All right, yeah, okay, cool, got it. That's why we can't have nice things. Just like we can't have the airport at Miramar, which was also an idea, but, God forbid that, people in La Jolla hear jets flying over their house.
Which they do already, because
they
there's
do already.
An Air Force base there.
That'd be the Marines.
I mean,
they have loud jets.
There's an
they
air
have loud
station,
jets.
is
Yes,
what
they
I
have
meant.
loud jets. Or you could be like Newport Beach that complained about John Wayne. So now you have to take off at John Wayne at this insane trek. I don't know. You're the pilot guy. What's the ascent?
Yes, there you go.
Do you know about the John Wayne ascent? They have to ascent at the highest level possible. It's like riding a roller coaster flying out of John Wayne because of they want to limit the sound for the Newport Beach residents.
I was going to say, I heard he started off when his movies were starting off.
God, here we go.
John Wayne's ascent.
John Wayne Airport in Orange County. You dope. It's funny though. I mean, I do enjoy that humor. So, anyways, that's like that. But this is why we can't have nice things. Are we the only city that has the airport next to downtown? I mean, everybody else has built it off somewhere else where you can actually, I don't know, have a runway that's big enough to have big jets.
Well, they do have a runway big enough for it. The problem is there's just one.
There's just one of them.
It is the most dangerous international airport in the country.
In the United States. Top 10 dangerous in the world.
Yes.
That's always fun.
And it's because it is a single runway international airport with a high amount of density.
And curfews. Also great. It makes it impossible.
And apparently planes that don't know how to put all their landing gears down, as we saw last week.
Hmm?
Oh, you didn't see that?
No. I don't read the aeronautical magazine.
I didn't go searching for this. This information found me. There was a Learjet whose front landing gear did not go down all the way, so it just kind of skidded nose first across the runway. Closed the airport for a while.
You're a motorsports guy. What about Supercross at the fairgrounds?
That would be a lot easier since they have that little dirt arena that's there. They had little mini dirt cars there one year. Really cool stuff.
Do we need to race horses? Why don't we just pave it and make it a NASCAR track?
Race cars. Forget horses are old.
I'm not against horse racing. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people are like, it's cruel to the horses. All right, that's not me. I just don't understand why there still is horse racing when you have vehicles that go way faster.
Why race 16 horses?
Right.
When you can race
43
160,000 over the course of a weekend.
Right. A lot of people love betting on horses. Why don't they just bet on cars?
Horse race, exactly. Bet on the cars, not the horses.
I like going to the horse races. It's fun and everything like that. But I don't get I don't know. It's kind of a dying sport, I would imagine. I can't imagine a lot of people just being super into horse racing.
Go Aztecs, you're right.
The pig races at the fair are money, dude. I love
pig
those.
Races, yes.
Those are great. Anyway, so that was the diatribe on the fair. How did we get to that? Oh, Big Tex. We're talking about the fairgrounds in Texas. The food there's good. It's okay.
I'm sorry. Daniel Flores in the chat. I'm sorry. You cannot write something like that in the chat, and me as well. You can't do the actually without doing that voice or doing the glasses emoji to it. Actually, it was a Cessna Citation, not a Learjet. Excuse me, but looked like a Learjet to me.
Anyway, We talked about our dream of having NFL stadium. Could you imagine? I mean, what a great marketing tool for tourism. NFL stadium.
Guard company, you're right. Neither of us handicap.
Yes.
Undiagnosed, probably, but
when you get to a certain age, do you just fall in love with horse racing? Is that kind of the deal? Is that the rite of passage? Like once you turn like 50, do you automatically become like a horse race expert? Or is it 60? Or maybe when you make it to 70, that's when you really get into animals racing.
So at what age are we buying a horse?
I know people that have done that.
What age are we buying a racehorse?
I'm not buying a horse.
You see, again, you say that now, but we're saying
I guess Jim Rome bought a horse.
When you're 60, you
buy
get
the horse?
into horse racing.
I'm just saying, like I feel like mostly old people love the horse, like watching animals race.
Hiya, horsey.
Horse racing, greyhound racing. Is that still a thing? Can you race greyhounds?
I'm sure somebody does.
I'm sure they do in like Florida or something. Ello has a buddy with a horse. That's on par. That's on brand right there. That is on brand. On brand. All right. We had some news in Major League Baseball go down from earlier today. We'll catch you up on what the rule changes are going to be for 2026. We will also take a look early at the pitching staffs of all the teams in the playoffs when we come back to finish up the show. San Diego Sports Station 97 through the Fan, the Braden Surprenant Show. This hour 97 to the fans brought to you by Las Vegas Convention and Visitors. Take a break from mundane and escape to something a little more fabulous with the first ever fabulous 5-day sale from September 22nd to September 26th. Find deals at all your favorite Vegas hotels. Plan your fabulous escape and learn more at visitlasvegas.com. Chat is off the rails. Chat is off the rails.
The whole show is broken right now.
We
have broke the show.
Broke the show. Anyway.
You still hungry?
I'm starving. Yeah, I need to eat some food. Practice starts at 2:50 today, so I gotta find something quick, and I don't want to eat poorly. So we'll see what we got.
Can always take Jeremiah Estrada's approach to it.
I'm waiting for the tacos. Where the damn tacos at?
Where the damn tacos at? That was great. I gotta hear that again.
I'm waiting for the tacos. Where the damn tacos at?
Sponsored by the Craft Taco. Lunchtime hour. You got to fire that off every lunchtime hour. Renee's like, I need beef ribs. Dang, girl, on a Tuesday? Getting after it. Where's Rod? What did Rod have for lunch? Rod usually has something good for lunch. Where are the tacos at? That was so great. He was feeling it last night.
He was feeling himself last night. He absolutely was. The full interview with Bob Scanlon, he mentioned last year how he wasn't drinking.
Yes.
But when Manny Machado offers you a drink, you kind of take it.
And it leads to?
It leads to...
I'm waiting for the tacos. Where the damn tacos at?
That's a great drop. I love that. I love that. It's great. It's almost as great as Mike Schultz.
Get ready to hear it every day, folks.
The damn tacos. That's legendary. I love it. Baseball coverage, not taco coverage on 97 through the fan is presented by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on iPhone 16 Pro. All right. Yes, Martin, you can offer a take on Aztec football if you want. Let's talk real quick about the ABS challenge system. So, upon further review, the ABS challenge system has been confirmed for the 2026 MLB season. We talked a little bit about this earlier on the show. Didn't get into full detail. The Joint Competition Committee voted Tuesday afternoon to bring the automated ball strike challenge system powered by T-Mobile to get to the big leagues following several years of experimentation in the minor leagues and use in MLB spring training and the All-Star game this year. Quote, the previous rule changes that have been adopted by the Joint Competition Committee have had staying power and created momentum for the game, according to MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Said it in a statement, quote, we use the same process with ABS that started with listening to fans, conducting extensive testing at the minor league level and trying to every step to make the game better. Throughout this process, we have worked on deploying the system in a way that's acceptable to players, a strong preference from players for the challenge format over using the technology to call every pitch was a key factor in determining the system we are announcing today, considered a middle ground between so-called, quote, robot umps that could call every ball and strike and the long-standing tradition of the natural human error that comes with human umpires. The ABS challenge system gives teams the opportunity to request a quick review of some of the most important ball strikes calls in a given game. The ABS challenge system runs on a 5G private network from T-Mobile for Business Advanced Network Solutions through MLB. Though MLB has had various iterations of video replay review going back to 2008, this will be the first instance within the championship season at the game's highest level in which home plate umpires' ball strike calls will not be ironclad. They have Hawkeye technology. They go into the details of the weeds of everything. But here's the review on the system. How many challenges does each team receive? Each team will start the game with 2 challenges apiece. If a game goes into extra innings, any team that starts the extra inning out of challenges will get 1 challenge for the 10th inning. If they exhaust that challenge, they will then get another challenge for the 11th and so on. If a team challenges are remaining at the start of the 10th inning, they will not get an additional challenge for that inning, though they will for any subsequent inning if they are out of challenges at the start of the inning.
So basically, if you have a challenge left over, you'll have to use both of your 2 challenges before you get an extra one for the extra innings.
I guess. If a team has challenges remaining at the start of the 10th inning, they will not get an additional challenge for that inning, though they will for any subsequent inning if they are out of challenges.
Yeah, so it's not like you can
So
say
if you have both your challenges,
you're not going to get another challenge.
You don't
have
get
to
3.
use
You have
exactly.
2.
You have to use your challenges first
If
before you get another one.
If you have 1 challenge going into extra innings,
you can't
maintain the 1 challenge.
You can't just stock up on challenges.
Will the ABS challenge system be used for every MLB game at every park? Yes. Any during the postseason? Also, yes. Who can issue a challenge? The batter, the pitcher, the catcher can challenge an umpire's call. No one else, not even the manager, may do so. Interesting. Challenges must be made immediately after the umpire's call without assistance from the dugout or other players. Player taps his cap or his helmet to alert the umpire his desire to challenge the call. An animated pitch result graphic is shown to those in attendance via the video board and to home viewers via the broadcast. They were testing that the other day at Petco when we were there. Except they're doing it with batting practice, so that thing was getting freaked out. In 288 games with the ABS challenge system during spring training 2025, there were an average of 4.1 challenges per game, and those challenges took an average of 13.8 seconds. A team only loses its challenge if the umpire's call is confirmed. You might as well use them. I mean, there's no reason to save them. And when you get to extra innings, have one be used every inning. So anyway, that's that. I saw they had it on MLB Network because they've been talking about it all day today. I saw that they batters are at 50, catchers. What did they say? Catchers 57% success rate.
I think, yeah.
Batters were 51% or 50%, and pitchers were 41% successful. Pitchers think everything they throw is a strike.
Walker Buehler's thrilled to death right now. We know that.
That's right. He couldn't wait. So that's the latest on the ABS. We'll talk about the pitching staffs for the playoff teams tomorrow on the show. We do want to get out to a phone call. Martin in Santee loves to call in near the end of the show. Martin, what's going on, man?
Gentlemen, it's a beautiful time to be a Padres fan, to be a fan and just be a sports fan in San Diego. But I know you talked about a little bit some of the takes earlier, and I thought I don't really bring a take that often, but I got to tell you, SDSU is not doing the job they should be doing, reaching out to the public. I've had the honor of meeting Coach Fisher, Coach Long, and Coach Hudson, all at Padre games, at events that held with the Padres. Just reaching out to the community and 4,000 tickets is only a great start. And Braden, I got to tell you, I so appreciate your effort, bringing on players that you coached. But I would encourage Adam and 97.3 to keep reaching out to state. If they want to maximize this opportunity, this is the absolute time, a signature win. Coach Lewis, the dude is 6'8" with a bald head. I mean, you can't miss him in a crowd. So, but anyway, I think there's so much opportunity in the community for them to reach out, and they've limited themselves by not availing themselves to 97.3 The Fan. And I know you pointed it out, the next show, it's 2 Aztecs. It's Aztecs for life. They both played baseball for the Aztecs, and it's Tony Gwynn Jr., and they still don't come onto your show. But anyway, that's just my take. I think there's a lot. I wish President De La Torre would do something in that direction, number one. Number two, Coach Lewis, to have like the managers report every Friday. Meet with Coach Lewis. Have him talk about his program with you guys who support college, high school, everything. So anyway, that's my take. It's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. It's Tuesday today. So
it's Tuesday.
But anyway, great show as always. Appreciate all that you do, Frank. Again, such a pleasure meeting you in person. And Braden, I hope to get the opportunity in the next few days to meet you, and maybe Friday at Baja Rex.
Yeah,
So
I appreciate it.
Great show.
Thank you very much, Martin. We appreciate the phone call as always. Yeah, come out to Baja Rex. We'll be there from 10 to 2 on Friday. It's going to be a good time leading into Padres baseball. I think the last beer fest of the year. It's the last time you can win. Last City Connects. Last use of the City Connect. I'm gonna have to bust out the City Connect jersey on Friday, Frank. I might have to bust that out.
Go for it.
You got to bring all my cathedral garb ready to go.
It's my friend that came out from Michigan. He bought a one of the few City Connect Xander Bogaerts jerseys that they had in the team store.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, San Diego State, it'd be great for them to market more on our show, and we reach out all the time, to get players on, and we're the show that talks about them probably the most in San Diego. I'm going to say that right now. Probably the most. We'll talk. Frank, good job as always. Fun Clinch Tuesday today.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's a shorter show. Hopefully it's Sweep Wednesday, huh? That would be great. For Frank Marchese, I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show. We'll be back tomorrow. Coming up next, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby, Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.